Hey, I'm here with David Finch, and you're watching Rogues Gallery Live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Rogues Gallery Live. Happy Wednesday to everybody. This is episode number 205. Got a really great show for everybody tonight, and we're also going to be doing a super chat raffle this evening, which I'm really excited about, thanks to these guys right here. But I'm Chris, the Batman statue collector, and tonight I'm joined by Billy Rios. How's it going, sir?
Going good. Just still recovering from the weekend.
still recovering, indeed.
Yeah. Just trying to get in the flow. It was crazy because last week not being in on Thursday, Friday kind of piled everything up into 3 days, and then this week we have 4th of July is on Saturday, so everybody's kind of shutting it down tomorrow. So it's a little bit of a rough time. So trying to get caught up, but it's all good. I'll get it done.
I think it was maybe Bryan that coined the phrase this weekend. We're not 20 anymore. I think is. To put it mildly, those late nights hit a little harder.
We're not 50 either, except for one of us.
Hey,
we're not that far off.
You're teetering. You're teetering on the 50.
We're like
I think as soon as you hit your 40s, it's like, you start staying up late becomes harder. When you drink, the next day is way worse than it ever was. Yeah, it's just not exactly that easy.
Yeah, we were up till 3 a.m. with these guys, and I'm usually in bed by around 9:30. So, we didn't even go out to eat until around that time. So that was great. But anyway, we also have Eric B. from All Things Art. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Hey, guys. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm just popping in very quickly. Well, I'll stay for like 20 minutes, but actually headed out to another small mini vacation this weekend. So I don't want to keep my wife waiting too long tonight.
That's right. So we got to get to it then. And then we also have Mr. Bryan D. How's it going, sir?
Going good. Yeah, I'm still recovering myself. I was invited to go to Las Vegas tomorrow through Saturday, and I just don't think I'm going to make it. I don't think that's going to happen. I've been traveling a lot lately, and late nights, and I need to rest a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. I see a lot of comments are asking about the auction show. So we did delay the auction show. We were originally going to have it tonight, but I got some kind of cool news. One of the head of a comic book company, it's very well known, hit me up, and we're still working out some logistics, but they would like to do some things with the channel. And so they're going to do they want to do a claim sale with me and the channel and the Rogues. And we're probably going to do that maybe late July, early August. And so we're still working out some logistics. So I thought, let's wait on the auction show. And we'll instead tonight, we'll chat a little bit about the weekend that we had, talk a little bit about topics, look at photos, and we'll push the auction back a little bit. But one thing that I did receive from these fine gentlemen was right here. They gave me, if you guys watched the live unboxing, boom, my own Batman statue collector comic book, which is absolutely insane.
Have you been able to read it yet?
I have actually. I finally was able to read it. I love it. It's fantastic. I had to wait all weekend. I had to kick you guys out in order to read it.
Get some peace and quiet.
But it's awesome. It's the story of the Batman statue collector. And it's just absolutely insane. So tonight, I'm just going to start the show with this. So tonight, all of these guys, they signed it. So this is a one-of-one signed copy. There's only 2 of these in existence. I'm keeping one. And then we thought we would do a raffle tonight. And so, if you are interested in owning a one-of-one copy signed by Eric B., Bryan, Billy, and myself, the BSC, all you have to do is anybody that wants to do a $20 super chat. If you want to enter more than once, you can do that as well. But we're going to put you in a raffle, and we will raffle this off at the end of the show. Okay? So anyway, if you guys want to see it one more time, and again, I cannot thank these guys enough for this. Just was so cool. I just still can't believe it. It's awesome. It even mentions the sanctuary, which was by chance, which was really cool, which was really crazy. So anyway, if anybody wants to do that, we'll continue that through the show, and I'll remind people as we go. So anyway, this weekend, these guys flew halfway across the country to celebrate my 50th birthday, and it was just an absolute blast. So I don't know if we'd spend a little bit of time if you guys want to kind of talk about your experience. I do want to let everybody know that we did film a full room tour. That's going to go up on the channel on Saturday on 4th of July. So you can make that as part of your celebration. It was just so much fun. We also have interviews with all three of these guys talking about their collecting journey. The travel vlog, which is super fun. I might actually go back and re-edit that and add the birthday part. I might upload that part too, because I did forget to do that. So it's already up for members, but I might upload a new copy of that. So anyway, yeah. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the weekend? I'll kind of show photos as we go.
I will let Eric shoot because he's got to run, so he can take the lead on
Yeah, so this is my second time back in Kansas. I actually used to live out near Missouri for about 2 years. And I guess where I stayed, it was a little bit more active, I guess the word would be, to where the trip from the airport.
Let's be honest, you were in the city.
I don't want to too much info to where you actually live, but you live pretty further away from the airport to where it was almost a 3-hour drive of nothing but flat lands and cows. Literally not one house in sight for miles in either direction.
Welcome to
It
Kansas.
was a Lion's Den.
Yeah,
it was a Lion's
Oh,
Den.
yeah, there was a adult bookstore.
So that's how our trip started, and once we hit pavement in Kansas. But getting to your area, I think I was talking to the guys. We see why you're such a nice person. You literally grew up in a very small community. Like even when you moved around growing up, it looks like everything was literally like right next to each other. So like, I guess growing up, you weren't really exposed to like what we are, like me and Billy are like in New York, or, where Bryan is out in Arizona. It's like so many more people. So it's interesting to see the way you grew up. You showed us around your town. You showed us, where you work, where you went to, school and everything. So that was really cool to see all that as well.
Yeah. I remember you guys called. You're like, there's no houses here. Are you sure you're out here somewhere? Like, yeah, we're on the edge of town, but like, yeah.
Is this a setup?
But there we all are right there in the cave. What was it like kind of, walking into the room for the first time?
It's weird because, again, like we said, we've seen you many times before. We've seen you at conventions. We've hung out before. But to see the actual place that you're used to watching on YouTube in person, it is a weird type of feeling. It's like, wow, it feels like I'm inside of the TV.
Billy, what did it feel like to sit in the power chair?
It felt very powerful. Yeah, I mean, listen, this is our little niche of a hobby, and not too many people get it, but the ones who do get it, we all love it very much. And, we've kind of morphed the statues into, this friendship and this kinship that we have. And, that picture is great.
I was going to say, somebody did this AI image in Facebook. Yeah, it was really great.
Of course, they put a Red Sox hat on me, but it's cool.
They did.
It's a B for Brooklyn. Yeah, but, we've been able to take our love for the statues and turn it into these friendships. And, it's like we've kind of gone along, with your channel as you grew from the first house, then the second bat cave, and now the bat bunker. So for me, as I grew up in the hobby, I grew up, watching all the channels, obviously Secret Sanctuary and Gem Mint, and of course Chris's channel. So, to have been home watching the channel, and enjoying the content, and then, years later become friends, and now I'm sitting in the power chair and actually hosting the show for a little bit. I don't know how good of a job I did. But
did great.
Yeah, it actually was a pretty I've made it moment, to actually be have come so far, not only in the hobby, but just getting to know people and having friends in the hobby, and of course the guys on COC and Miguel over at Collectors Assembled and all the other guys in the community that I'm lucky enough to be close to. You know, it was like, man, I just bought a statue one day, you know, and I thought I overpaid, you know. I had no idea that that day would turn into, you know, 10, 12 years down the road, return to all of this, but I'm very grateful.
I'm glad to hear it. What about you, Bryan?
My first time in Kansas, my first time in Missouri. And yeah, I'll kind of reiterate a little bit of what Eric was saying. I mean, it's just, you know, I spent a little bit more time in Kansas City because you know, they took off very early Sunday morning and I wasn't leaving until later on in the day. So I figured I'd drive around a little bit. And Chris, thank you for the suggestion too. I tracked down, you know, Walt Disney's childhood home. And I tracked down the offices that he created essentially Mickey Mouse from. Being a big Disney person, that was really cool to see. But, you know, going from that city and just what that vibe was to your town, you know, you said life does kind of slow down a little bit in your town, and it did, in the most beautiful way, because it was just, everybody was so friendly. You know, you explained the whole wave. The farmer, what was it? The farmer hello or whatever.
Yeah, you kind of do this on your wheel. You just kind of like,
yeah. Mm-hmm. Everybody was so nice. Everybody was so welcoming. You know, you don't have gates around your homes or fences around your homes. It's almost like you just walk out in the backyard and just wave to your neighbor. You know, it's just such a, not used to that, you know, like I'm used to, I mean, Phoenix isn't New York, but Phoenix is a growing city. I think I don't know if we're still the number 5 fastest growing city in the country, but you know, at one time we certainly were, and everybody's so rude out here because there's too many people, you know? So it was nice to see that and get to experience that, and just how friendly everybody was everywhere we went, and to get to see the lightning bugs, which I had never seen before. I've never seen those. I always called them fireflies. You guys were calling them lightning bugs. There was one moment where, just for the audience's edification here, you know, there was one moment when we were driving back after, I think it was after Buffalo Wild Wings. Mm-hmm. We come into Chris's neighborhood and it's really dark in this area, and everybody's like, oh, they're right there. So we stopped and shut off the cars so we can get all the lights off and get real dark. And I was just geeking out over these things, because I'll be honest, growing up, I thought it was all fiction. I didn't know these were real things.
Yeah. The first thing you said is like, those are real. Yeah, they are.
It seems like something that you only see in movies, you know, which you do see in movies, or cartoons, but yeah, it's the real deal. And yeah, maybe I'm sheltered, but we just don't have that stuff out here. So to see all that greenery, to be able to go up on the hill and just see green for as far as you can see, you know, a lot of flat, yes, but you also see a lot of good hills.
I took him up to a place called Coronado Heights, and it's just this castle in the middle of nowhere. And I thought it'd be cool because you just get a cool view of the area, basically, kind of see as far as the eye could see. And I thought that'd be kind of a cool place. So
it was a great view, and I can only imagine the shenanigans that have gone up in there. You know,
I would imagine. Yeah, I would imagine a lot of alcohol and shenanigans for sure up there. Yeah, absolutely.
But I will also say too, you know, you asked Billy what it's like to walk into the back cave for the first time, and you know, I've been on this side for so long. You know, I've watched you transition from the old house to the old back cave to now, you know, the new back cave, or the back bunker, you know, as you were calling it. Mm-hmm. And I was watching some of these videos with my daughter, and you know, she grew up watching this stuff with watching you with me too. And she said, "What was it like being there?" And I just said, "It was just surreal." You know, I was always on the other side. That's the word we kept on using all weekend. But, you know, I've always been on the other side. This was a hobby that me and my brother had, and I didn't realize what another world there was out there until I started watching your channel. So she kind of looked at me and she said, I think you met a milestone in not only your life, but in your hobby, you know. And I feel like I have, and not just for being at your house, but for the community that you've grown and the friendships that I've made throughout this hobby. And yeah, it was a really special weekend.
I'm just glad you guys had a good time. I was really nervous that it would be, because usually when we're all together, you know, this is the first time I had met Bryan in person, but usually when we're all together, we're at a con, you know, it's like it's the hustle bustle, you go, and then like we talked about the other day, it's like then you have the time in the evening. So I was nervous because I was like, well, you might get bored here. It's like, how many hours could we just sit in this room? But we did. We did spend hours in this room.
Lot.
And whether it was in this room or the next room over, while we were watching streams of other YouTube shows and collecting shows, and it was just a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So again, I can't thank you guys enough for again, flying out here. It was just a blast. I'll never forget it. I already got the photos on my digital slideshow over here. So I just saw, I think just a second ago, I saw Billy holding the comic book. So again, it was just awesome. But anything else you guys want to say about the weekend? I know we don't have a lot of time with Eric. I don't know, Eric. Do you have...
don't worry. I was just saying that when my wife was in here. She left now.
Oh, she's like, okay, all right. You're getting brownie points. I mean, I do have one quick topic if you're able to stay for.
No, we got time. One thing I will say about your collection though is now that we have seen it in person, I feel like we can help you better when you want to make decisions because it does look better. In person. Yeah, it looks better in person. It's hard to try to figure it out on camera. It's like, well, I can't really tell, but in person, everything looks great. Especially
the Finch wall, on photos, because we can't really see the spacing in between each one of them. So in photos and even on video, it did look cluttered, and it was just like, but in person, it's not. They're well spaced out. It's very symmetrical. And it's definitely, for me, that was the highlight of the room. I mean, probably because I have a lot of your statues, that's something that we talk about as well. But I'm a big fan of David Finch, I don't know if I'm as big a fan as you are, but I do have some of his art, so I have an appreciation for it. And to see this much of it in one spot it was kind of shocking, and it looked really, really good.
Even seeing your old room was interesting because so many times we were trying to help you with your old room. It was like
absolutely, and it was crazy to be in that space too because I think, we saw a lot of videos and streams from that room too, and obviously it looks different, and there's other things in there now, but we can see. Remember when I went into that room for the first time, and I said this is where the first Batman Hush was, the one that was crouching over. He was kind of like on that cabinet, Yep,
which is a perfect spot for him.
Which was a perfect spot for him. So even to see that space was really, really cool.
And this guy was lucky. He got to sleep in that room.
He got to sleep
I did get to sleep in that room. And I got to check out all the really cool Disney collection that you have there too, with all the Haunted Mansion stuff. I mean, that's my thing too. So yeah, it was cool. It was really
that room
cool.
was meant for you.
Yeah, it was awesome. There were some moments where I was like, either I'd wake up in the morning and I was kind of getting ready and I just kind of stopped for a moment. I was like, oh, I haven't seen that one yet. And I kind of go down a little bit. I kept on getting distracted. Like, okay, I need to chill. It'll be here later on tonight for me to oogle at.
Everybody always says like, oh, show us the Disney room. And I just don't ever feel like it's like done. Like it's just kind of like all thrown on those shelves. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know if anybody would be interested in seeing the stuff that I've got. Maybe some of you would.
There's plenty to see.
Yeah.
There was one of the Haunted Mansion dudes that move as you walk past them in our bathroom.
Oh yeah.
I was like, this thing.
It's Master Gracie.
Right. I got that one right over there. You got that one right over there.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I just got an email today from the Disney store. They're coming out with a new collection of Haunted Mansion stuff, like gear and different,
Yep. I've seen a lot. A lot of it's really good too. A lot of really good ornaments. I was going to say there's a lot of really good stuff. That's I'm assuming that most of it will just be at the parks, but
yeah,
still really neat, I think. But yeah, like you mentioned the Finch wall. I remember that's one of the first things you guys said, and I figured you would think it was when you saw it in person, it would be bigger than you thought. It's just it takes up so much of that wall. And I think even maybe Eric at one point you were like, it's not quite as big as or deep as you had thought. Or
long way. So like the back of your room looks. I mean, it's a huge room, but the back. I don't know. Maybe now that I'm seeing it again, but just my initial reaction, I was like, the room feels more intimate than it does on camera. Like on camera, it just looks like it stretches forever. that wide angle lens. So. Yeah.
And you probably thought the opposite in the old Batcave because it's a pretty small room. It's like how did you get so much stuff in that little room?
It's still a decent size though. It's still a decent size.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like what Jeff deals with the Sanctuary a little bit, but he's got a couch in there and some other furniture. So we do what we do with the space that we got, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, let's move on to our first topic while we have Eric, because I thought it would be interesting. This was by Leonardo Meteca, and he says, will 3D printing fill the void left by statue companies that are pricing out the average collector with modest incomes? I thought that was an interesting topic because, and again, I defer to you, Eric. So we were actually talking about it a bit this weekend. Is I think a lot of people think, oh, I'll just buy a 3D printer and it'll be easy. But I don't think people understand the level of work that goes into these things. Now, you can print something and have it just be, white on the side of your shelf, or whatever color it prints out. But I don't know. I just thought it would be interesting for you to kind of tell people like what is all involved. Because I think people, again, I think that people could they think one thing, but in reality, I think it's quite different.
Let me just read it. So what is he saying? Will it eventually replace statues?
Well, it says, will 3D printing fill the void left by statue companies that are pricing out the average collector? So, I mean, we look at like, let's say Prime 1 and that big alien statue, $10,000, it's like, that's not doable for most people.
Yeah, I will say this because we have discussed it once before, like many shows ago. The 3D printing community is huge. I would say it's bigger than the statue community. There's a lot of guys out there 3D printing. That's not my dogs. There's a lot of guys out there 3D printing. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. So you can 3D print whatever you want. Obviously, now the problem is you need to paint it. But what I noticed with 3D printing is a lot of guys aren't really into, worried about them being painted, or if they do want to paint them, they're okay painting them themselves. It doesn't have to be Prime 1 quality. They just like, it's like building like a model kit or like, building Legos. They just have fun, printing something, building something, and creating something themselves, whether the paint job is good or not. And a lot of guys out there are pretty decent at painting. So I do think there is a little bit of a void there to where people are, like we were saying, like if 3D printers didn't exist, I do think that, these licensed companies would be making a lot more money selling products, because it seems like a lot of guys, like I said, I think the 3D printing groups are a lot bigger than the licensed statue companies, to where these guys are just doing it for themselves. So I don't know if that answers the question. What was the follow-up question as far as, did I answer it or no?
I think you answered it. I mean, for the most part, like,
you said with the work involved. All right. So yeah, the other thing is, it's not an easy process. Not everybody. It's not like printing a piece of paper. When you hear the word printer, you're like, oh, I just hook it up to my computer and it prints out. That's not the way it works. You need to understand the 3D software. You need to understand, like, it's called the slicer software. It's kind of like an 3D animation program. You need to understand how to apply the correct settings. You need to understand the troubleshooting aspects, because as I say in my videos, there's a lot of guys out there that can 3D print and print out the parts, but sometimes they don't do it correctly. So, they'll print out the parts, but then the parts don't fit together correctly. Like you'll have huge gaps, or they'll print it and the quality is not that good. So there's a lot of factors that go into, getting it right to make sure, it looks correct. And yeah, it's, you could spend hours just on the software getting the print ready. Again, it's not as simple as hitting the print button. You got to prepare the model in the software, which could take hours, adding the supports and everything like that. Then there's the printer. Let the printer, the printer runs, it does its own thing. It could take a day, to run. And then there's the post-process cleanup. You're sitting there doing, dealing with a lot of isopropyl alcohol, gallons upon gallons, and cleaning it up and sanding and scraping, make sure, again, there's a lot that goes into it.
And, like you're currently doing a project for me, and it started a project, and just, I mean, even, when you first.
But it's fun. We'll say that. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, I obviously you enjoy it. It's become a hobby for you, and also in some ways a business here and there, But, just whenever you were saying, like, I'm doing this, and then I put a magnet in this, and I had to, and that was just the prep. Like, that was just the prep stuff, all the work that goes into just the prep. And so I just want people to understand that, like, yes, people can print stuff, and you can print really cutesy, easy little things, but when you start printing statues and things like that, it gets very complicated.
there's also two different styles. So there's FDM printing. That's the kind of the one that prints using like a filament. The one that you want to get for actual like statues that we collect is resin printing. So now you're dealing with a lot of chemicals. Resin itself is a chemical. You're dealing with, like I said, the isopropyl alcohol, which, it's all hazardous stuff, flammable stuff. So, I mean, like we joke around. I think somebody said it's like, you look like you're in Breaking Bad. You're in I wear a hazmat mask. I wear gloves. I wear eye protection.
It's got the full Bane mask.
It's a lot. Yeah. There's a lot to deal with. So.
And so like just even like just give us a roundabout number about like startup costs. Like if you wanted to do that and you wanted to actually be able to print a quarter scale statue in super great definition, like what kind of money are you looking in just for the up for the starting point, I guess?
You can pick up a decent printer for like $400, but you're not printing quarter scale. You might be okay with like 6 scale because it's a smaller printer. When you get up to like quarter scale or even third scale, I mean, you're probably starting off at like $1,500, and then if you want like top of the line, you can get up to like $4,000 easily. So it really depends, like how big of a statue you want to work on as far as like printing it wise.
So even then, like let's say you do that, then you're gonna have to pay for materials. You're gonna have to learn how to put it together. You're gonna have to then either learn how to paint it or have it professionally painted, which is a lot of money in itself for that also, which again, people like you that have tremendous talent. Most of us don't have those skills. It's like, I just want people to understand, like, it's not
guaranteed.
Easy.
Nothing is guaranteed. I've seen plenty of guys in the printing community who buy a printer and they just can't get it to work, or the prints fail on them. The model splits in halfway printing, or it just falls and it just fails to print. So yeah, I mean, just buying, like I said, it's not like pushing a button, like printing a piece of paper.
I like John's comment too, is I think you're going to miss a lot of the collectible or limited aspect, for better or for worse. So I think what he's saying there is that there's no edition size. It's like anybody can print it. Now, again, I'm not necessarily part of that world. If you have 100 prints of this, let's say it's a Iron Man statue, they're all going to be painted differently. So does that matter in terms of like collectability? Do people buy from each other and trade from each other? I don't know how that works.
I think so. I think it's more of like I said, like a modeling hobby. When I think of it, I kind of think of like, when I was younger and I was kind of like putting together like model cars as a kid or something like that. It's more about the experience of building it and doing everything yourself. But yeah, there's guys out there. I won't say like the majority of the community is people kind of trying to sell their own work. It's more about like just having fun doing it, And
a lot of the artists that we know now kind of started off this way, or started off doing ZBrush and different things. And, we're part of like a model kit type community. But I don't know. What about you, Billy and Bryan? What do you guys think about 3D printing in general? Like, do you feel like it's the future, or do you feel like it'll always just kind of be this like sub hobby?
Bryan sent us a good video about how like they're printing in color now. Maybe you could tell us about that, 'cause that was pretty awesome.
I don't know much about it. I mean, I seen you that a little while ago. It was something that I saw on I think that was Adam Savage Tested YouTube channel. So some new technology where the color is actually coming out with the print, and they were doing printing too with a certain material that almost like it was like an octopus, so the tentacles actually move. Do you remember that?
That's FDM.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I mean, where it's going. I mean, like any technology, I mean, it starts small and it builds and builds and builds until you have something that's it's just going to continue to evolve and continue to blow your minds. As far as exclusivity, I think you kind of nailed it, Chris. When you were talking about this, I was thinking, each person's going to paint it differently, or if you get a certain painter who's going to be really good, then that's almost going to define the exclusivity of that specific piece. If you can get that painter to paint something. I mean, I've looked at some of these custom busts, like there's a Bride of Frankenstein bust that I'm just in love with. But there's a certain person that painted it, and I wouldn't want to have it unless that person paints it, So to me, that's something that is just very exclusive. I mean, no offense to any painters out there. It's just, I saw that painted that one specific way and I just loved it. So when it comes to exclusivity, I think it's just going to be down to, whoever you have paint something. And of course, how accessible those files are. I mean, Eric, I'm pretty sure, and size too, who has the ability to pay to print something in 1/3 versus 1/4. I mean, because I believe that's pretty scalable, if I'm not mistaken. You can do it in different sizes.
Yeah. I would say the majority of the 3D printing community, they like to do six scale. That's where like the sweet spot is for those.
What about prices though? Like, so if for me, like I think for most of us, it's just easier to hit pre-order on a Prime 1 statue, and then you get it 2 years later, and you don't have to worry about painting it. You don't have to worry about anything other than getting it in, setting it up in your collection. Whereas with a 3D thing, you either have to know how to do it or pay somebody to do it, pay somebody to paint it.
But you also get characters.
Is it comparable in price? Like when all is said and done,
it's like collecting customs. So there's a lot of guys out there that don't like license. They like collecting customs. The stuff that comes from the factories from China that certain commissioners take on projects. They like that exclusivity to where there's only like 50 of them, and they prefer to have a master painter, as we call it, because a master painter is going to spend more time making the paint look better than what a factory is going to do. You find a really good master painter, whether in the States or somewhere overseas, compared to like somebody that's trying to crank out 1,000 of these in a factory, you will get a better paint job from a custom painter. But yes, you will pay more money for that exclusivity.
But I think it's also down to the characters that are available too, because I've seen some of the ones from the sites that you've shared, where Bram Stoker's Dracula, for example, nobody has made a licensed piece of that character, and I would love to have that. Or even some of the characters in that movie who are the lesser known ones, but like Lucy when she's in the white dress. If there was something like that ever became available, I mean, I'd pull the trigger on 100% on something like that. So. Yeah, there is an aspect of getting characters that you just don't really get from licensed companies.
And they crank them out like crazy. Each month there's hundreds of models, and these sculptors are amazing. So I know I was like, I wish the statue companies would hire some of these sculptors because they're really good.
I think they will. I think over time, I think just like anybody that you see discovered that are big names today, they at one point they weren't. And I think a lot of these guys are doing such great. And ladies, I mean, there's so many talented artists out there right now. Like you said, there's just churning things out, and I think they will get discovered because their work's really great.
Well, that's the thing, and without mentioning names, a lot of these guys, that's how you get noticed. You start off. I know a lot of people, give crap like, "Oh, that's not right. It's not licensed," but that's how a lot of these guys get discovered. I mean, if you want to learn how to paint a Superman or sculpt a Superman, that's the character you got to sculpt. You can't just go around creating your own characters that nobody knows about. You'll never get noticed. So there's like a weird gray, fine line between what it's all about. But yeah, I mean, to come up into this field, that's kind of how you have to start.
Well, we've even had artists on the show that have said that are licensed artists that we did model kits, we did this, we did that. Like that's how it just works.
Even certain companies, that's how they started.
That's how they started. What do you think about all this, Billy? I mean, you obviously, like, again, Eric's doing a great project for you right now. It's like, it's getting some of the characters, getting some of the versions of things that you.
And you also just got a piece in too.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll still, at least for the foreseeable future, will still be a subculture because not everybody has an Eric. Not everybody has, like even never mind 3D prints, but even access to the custom world, and then there's the demographic of the fans who just rather, like you said, hit the pre-order button, wait 2 years, have it come in, and not have to worry about any of that stuff, But as far as like characters being done that licensed companies won't take a chance on, or maybe a version of that character comes out in a licensed company that you really don't like. I'm not a huge fan of the Prime 1 Riddler. You guys know that. I've said that from the beginning. Yep. When it comes out and I see it, I might change my mind, and if that's the case, then so be it. But as of right now, I wanted a more comic accurate portrayal of the character. So I ended up getting a custom. You guys know that. And and
you're going to have it in your collection 2 years before any of us do.
Right.
We have, what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that Prime 1 piece isn't coming out anytime soon,
Nope.
And Eric got a chance to see it. You know, he scales really well. You know, it's a big piece. And, comic accurate suit, you know, whited out eyes, you know, all the things that I guess most comic fans would want from a Riddler statue. Not taking anything away from what Prime 1 did, but as of right now, I, you know, just thought he was a little bit too realistic, you know, if that's a bad thing, you know, which I don't think it's a bad thing. It just didn't flow with what I was, you know, what my collection looked like. So, but like I said, not everybody has access to the files and someone who can do this. And like Eric said, it's not just printing something. There's a lot of work, and I have never done it, but I hear from Eric all the time. I got to sand it. I got to take the supports out. I got to do this. There's a lot of prep work to it, you know, and I learned from trying to, this Riddler was my third crack at it. You know, there were two others that failed. You know, one wasn't printed to scale. He was too big. The next one was just printed poorly. That
the parts didn't fit together correctly.
It wasn't even worth painting, you know? And, you know, it's like you have to have a lot of, you know, prep work done before you even get to the paint part, you know? And then, yes, once all that's done, you could have it just, you know, be black and white or just like the white, or then you have to have someone paint it, you know? So,
and listen, they're doing this type of work in the factories too. They're just paying them a lot less.
They're just paying them a lot less. Yeah, exactly. So it's not an easy process. Not everybody has access to it, but if you do, hey man, it's you might get like that exclusive piece, that exclusive character that they're not doing, or maybe a version of that character that you do like. And for me and Eric doing the shows on his channel, where we do show a lot of the new files and a lot of the new things that are coming out. I mean, some of this stuff is amazing. Like, really? we go through these files, and it's like, wow, they're doing that. Wow, is that possible? And I mean, the licensed stuff is great, but some of the artists that are doing these 3D print files are absolutely amazing.
Well, one thing too is that I like about like your channel, Eric, is not only do you show the people the stuff, but you also show how it's done. And so, you know, you might inspire a lot of other artists out there to say, hey, you know what, maybe I could do this. Like I could print, you know, I could learn how to paint. I think of like every week I watch David Finch, and David Finch has like tutorials of like how to draw this and how to do that, how to add shadow. Like,
and he has a lot of artists watching him that like appreciate learning the technique, because
I'm sure
100%. So I guarantee there's people that have already watched your channel and be like, hey, I could learn how to do this. I can learn how to print this. And
I'm just copying what I learned from the guy. Shout out to Matt M. Rosick, who I learned from. I'm just literally doing what he taught me, and I'm rehashing it to the people watching me. That's it.
I would even say too that, you know, people who are intimidated to get into paint, if they just want to do the printing of the actual statue, they look awesome not painted also.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, even if you wanted to do something that where you just wanted to put something in your collection and make it almost look like a stone statue or like a marble or something. I mean, we've seen other companies put those out before. It looks good unpainted.
It was Queen Studios that did
the marble.
Right? Yeah,
the Trinity. Yeah.
That was the first time. I mean, I don't know about you guys. That was the first time I ever heard Maria Pampalova's name.
That was Maria. Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
There was another company. There was another company too that did the whole Wonder Woman thing, where Wonder Woman was the only one that was painted, and every character around her was all unpainted or like stone or something. That looked good too.
Well, even the Batman Sandy Smoke version. Yeah.
And somebody made a comment I just want to address about the material. So with 3D printing, it's UV type resin. To where what the factories are doing, they're using a 3D print and then making a mold of it and recasting it. To where they're using TPU resin, but they're both forms of resin. In the end, they're both forms of a type of plastic type material. What polystone is polystone. Yes, it feels more durable. It looks better. You wouldn't even notice unless you cracked the part in half and saw the inside of it. But all polystone is pretty much regular resin, and then they throw in calcium powder, which gives it a little bit more toughness. But there's really no difference between UV resin and TPU resin, other than 3D printing type. You know, UV resin is a little bit more brittle. But if you know what you're doing, you throw in a little bit of ABS resin, which gives a little bit of flexibility. It's not, you know, it comes down to who you're, you know, hiring to do your prints. That's why I say always go to somebody that knows what they're doing.
I thought this was an interesting comment. Can you see a time when AI is integrated into 3D printing even more to refine stuff? It's already being done, right? I mean, it's just The other day I was talking with a statue maker, and I won't say who, but I was just like, they're like, hey, you know what ideas do you have? And I literally like went to Chat GPT and I said, make me a Two-Face statue, and it printed out 5 different designs. And even if that like just inspires of what the pose could be or the sculpt or things like that, I mean, AI is whether you hate AI or not, it's here to stay, and it's going to continue to aid in art and other. So, I mean, we either embrace it or we don't. But I think that, especially, I mean, do you see AI already integrated in the stuff that you're seeing, Eric? I mean, to refine things, I would assume even in the programs you use, probably.
Oh yeah, the programs, like we even see it like in Photoshop. I might be ghosting here a little bit. I see my screen, I'm freezing, but
you're okay. We hear you fine.
Brian's a Photoshop guy. He knows like AI is now implemented into Photoshop. Same with all the other software programs for like animation and everything. What Bryan was talking about earlier with the Adam Savage video was pretty crazy, because they were printing out a figure that looked like, I know my thing's not charging this way. Anyway, they were printing something out, and it was actually adding shading and highlights, and it was adding like perfect skin tones. So it was pretty amazing. One more thing because I think I'm losing my battery. The next thing that's going to become mainstream that they're already working on is going to be silicone printers, to where you're going to be, having silicone printers inside of your home.
Wow.
That's crazy. And kind of scary. I don't want to know what people are going to do with their silicone stuff at home.
yeah, I know. That's the first thing that came to my mind too.
I was going to say that's the sickos out there. I mean,
but again, it's technology. Technology is going to continue to advance. I mean, I'm very excited to see where we're going to be, and look where we were 10 years ago. Look where and I imagine where we're going to be in 10 years. It's crazy.
I'm even thinking of like people are like, I'm not going to buy it if it's AI influenced. Like even like Disney, they created the first AI statue, which is a statue of Dopey, or one of the 7 dwarfs at their miniature golf course in Florida, and it was actually sculpted in marble, but the whole thing was designed by AI. And so it was the first AI prop that they've done, and now they've actually put some AI created props into some of the attractions already. And even this week, and I showed you guys, they added a new animated pirate in Pirates of the Caribbean in California, and it's got a projected face, but the whole face and that whole thing was created by AI. And so it's just one of their new technologies that they're using. So like even the biggest of big companies that have creative people that are known for Imagineering and creativity are relying on AI. It's just part of everything now. I mean,
it's not going anywhere.
Am I going to buy an AI created David Finch piece? No, but I'm going to get my Finch pieces from David Finch. But are there going to be amazing?
The technology is here. It's not going anywhere. If you don't embrace it, then you're honestly going to be left behind. That's just the way it's going to be. So I've embraced it. There's not a day that goes by that I don't use it in my personal life or my work life. And I encourage everybody at my work also. We work in technology. We encourage everybody, embrace it, leverage it, use it as your second brain. Don't use it as your primary brain, because that's dangerous, but use it as a second brain and use it as a tool. Use it as a tool to help your personal life and your work life.
That's right. Just like I said,
hey guys, just real quick, because I'm freezing over here. I'm gonna head out because I think I have the wrong charger and my laptop's gonna die anyway.
Are you really freezing, or are you gonna walk in behind Chris?
I was gonna say he's gonna walk in right here.
My screen's frozen.
Yeah, you are frozen.
We can hear you, but yeah, you're frozen. But I will say thank you for joining us. Thank you very much, because again, your knowledge on this topic is just outstanding, because you live it. And so again, if you guys want to learn more about all of this stuff, definitely check out All Things Art if you haven't done so, because again, there's a lot of great tutorials and things like that as well. But I'll also say have a great time with your wife this weekend. Hope it's a blast.
Have a good time, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. I will catch the rest of the show from me. So enjoy the rest of the show, guys.
Take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
To quote Thanos, it is inevitable. Yes, it is. Hey, everyone from Blackbird Tech. Thank you very much for being here. Again, thanks, everybody, for being here on the show tonight. Let's see. Let's go. let's do this is kind of on the same deal. We'll just spend a few minutes on this topic, but I thought this was also interesting. This is from Victor Grums in Facebook. He says, what level of damage during shipping or flaws in paint is acceptable? When is it okay to fix it ourselves, and when do we need a replacement? I think that's probably going to be subjective to some people, but I mean, an example, I bought a used Iron Man. You guys know, like, that knee pad thing was broken. I fixed it with one dab of super glue, and it's on the statue. It looks great. So that's fine for me, but I don't know what level of damage is okay for you, like that you're not going to ask for a replacement. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, it depends on if we're talking about damage from the company or you bought it secondhand with some damage.
Let's talk about both.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you bought it from a company, if it's not the easiest of a quick glue job where you will forget about it in time and not even remember that you fixed it, then yeah, let's just, why go through the hassle of returning it, having to wait for it to come back, going through the process. If it's more than that, and it's like, let's say, Sideshow, and they always take care of us, and it's like, if I glue it, I can still see the crack, you'll see the little line or whatever, send it back and let them replace it. Now, if you buy from the secondary market and it's already discussed beforehand, hey, it had this little break, it had that little break, then that's totally different, Now, if you didn't know those things existed, but you bought something off the secondary market and it broke in shipping, or the seller didn't disclose it, or if it broke in shipping, again, if it's not a quick little glue thing, but then again, you add in, like, let's say you got something on the secondary market that is not easily found, and even though there was some damage in shipping, you might be willing to just fix it and live with it. Maybe the seller gives a little bit of a concession. So secondary market showing up with damage is way different than buying it from the company and it showing up with damage. So for me, quick little glue job, no big deal from the company. If not, send it back for a replacement. If it's anything more than that, from secondary market, highly sought after piece, let's just say, and you can fix it and it's not a big deal. Obviously, there's no replacement parts. Obviously, there's not that many of them running around. So if you can fix it and live with it because it's a rare piece, do that, and then contact the seller, work it out with them. Maybe they throw you a little bit of a concession, like I said, and you just live with it and you won't ever think about it, because the greater statue is better to have than worrying about that, So every scenario is different.
And I also think too that, like, you think of statues in your own collection that maybe you've broken yourself, like, you'll run into it or something like that. Can you still live with it? Can you still, because sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. We look at it and like, ugh.
It's almost like ripping off a Band-Aid, honestly. Sometimes, I playing in a band, I had brand new guitars, inexpensive guitars, and I knew other people that would buy these guitars too. That were in my band too, and sometimes they would just get it and just kind of bang it up against the door real quick and just be like, okay, it's over with. Now, when we go on stage, there's no problems. Mm-hmm. So. Because, if you're in a band running around or doing something, you might hit a cymbal every once in a while. You might run into somebody else, hit a mic stand, or, you're just, putting it on the rack and you miss it because it's too dark and it falls on the ground, So when you have something like that, sometimes it's just easier just to kind of knock it. But I would never do that with a statue. I mean, with me, if I've ever damaged one of my statues, I feel quite devastated, honestly. I had a lighting fixture at one point, and something happened and it fell and it came down and it knocked off the arm on one of my statues, and it broke the tip of it was like a character that was holding like a crossbow, and it broke off the tip of the arrow on the crossbow, and it was just like I could never find it. So I'm like, well, I guess I gotta just live with this. Sucked, but I had to live with it.
I told you guys this story. I don't think I've ever told it publicly, but with this statue back here, Batman versus Joker. So I had my father-in-law down here. He had one of his best friends from college, and they're in their 70s, late 70s, whatever. And this friend was, most people walk into a space like this and they're not expecting to see something like this. We had some carpet cleaners here right before you guys got here, and I showed him the space, and he was like, whoa, like, you just don't see something like this in your everyday life usually. or at least most people don't. And anyway, my father-in-law was showing him this room, and this friend of his got his camera out, and he's like, trying to film everything to show his wife, and he's up all in the business, and I'm trying to like direct him around, but at one point he comes around the corner and just plows into the Batman versus Joker, and bits and pieces fly to the floor and shatter, and blah blah blah, and I'm devastated. Like this is, it's like a, $3,000 plus statue, 3,500, whatever it is. And like trying to explain to this guy, like, no, you can't get a replacement. You can't do this, blah, blah, blah. And, I was able to, and Eric will kill me, but I was, I just took this, I just took whatever glue I had, and I spent, hours trying to put it back together. So much to the fact that whenever you guys saw it, you couldn't tell it was broken.
Would have no idea.
So in that case, like, I'm fine with that. Like, am I going to most likely ever sell that piece? Probably not. Just because I don't want to deal with the hassle of boxing it up and all that stuff. But I mean, I love the piece, and I can't imagine, it's just such an iconic piece for me. And so yes, there are broken elements, but like, I'm completely fine with that because I was able to repair it. And even if you can't repair it, there are people like Eric or somebody else out there that knows how to actually do it properly. Again, he did my Batman Damned, and again, you guys saw that in person. Can't tell there was a broken leg there. I mean, he just does such a great job. But sometimes just simple super glue can do the job, but you also have to be able to live with the break. We noticed the same. There was a crack. I think it was Billy. Billy found a crack in my Man Bat on the very, very tip of the wing that I didn't even know was there. And I'm like, am I going to be able to live with it? Yeah, I don't mind it. It's okay. Now,
guy's got an eye of an eagle. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, Billy comes in. This is wrong. This one's wrong. This one, like, damn you. But yeah, I mean, it's like, I'm glad. I would have never spotted that. So I'm glad he said something, because I'm like, now I know it's there. I need to be more careful with that piece. Although I'm not going to maybe move Man Bat around. But are there ever pieces that you've had that you're like, it broke, whether it's in shipping or it's your own fault, and you're like, I can't live with it anymore? And if you have to move on from it, sell it real cheap and let the people know.
I've actually worked it out pretty well for a lot of the statues of my collection, where as long as they divulge to me that, there's a scratch, yes, there's a break or whatever it may be, then, I'm fine with saving a few extra bucks just to get that in. Because if it's something I can live with, I have no problem living with it. I don't know if there's anything that I've broken or that I've had break that was just like, I just can't live with this anymore. I haven't had any experience like that.
That's great. How about you, Billy?
Nothing that was devastating.
You got one that came in broken that was devastating.
Well, recently. Yeah. I mean, yes, the Solomon Grundy came in with a broken foot. Now, did I think I could send it to Eric and have him fix it? Absolutely. But did I really want to bother him with that? No. So yeah, I just boxed it up and sent it back. But as far as anything that I did, no. I mean, I use an air duster, so every now and then something would go flying off, and maybe chip or whatever, but nothing catastrophic other than the Captain America LBS shield that I broke, and that piece came with 3 shields, one for the left arm, one for the right, and then one to put on his back. And so I was taking the pieces out. The box was big and heavy, so I was doing it in my garage, and I was bringing the pieces in, from the garage, and I grabbed one of the torsos. It comes with 2 of them. And if I had one complaint about LBS stuff, is that the magnets are sometimes not great, and it definitely wasn't great on this Captain America. So I put one of the portraits on the torso, and then, like an idiot, put my hand down, and it literally just slipped right off. Like, it just came right off. And it landed on the box and then bounced and landed on the concrete floor of the garage. So I pick up the portrait.
Brutal.
He's got some scrapes on his cheek and a little bit on the cowl, right? So I'm like, man, maybe I can touch that up, get some paint from Michael's or something. I can fix this, right? So that was that. So I kind of put it off to the side, and then I go into the box to grab one of the shields, okay? And it felt like putting my hand in a bag of potato chips. It was in a million pieces. I could just feel it in the tissue paper. So the portrait landed on the shield, broke it, bounced, and then landed on the floor.
Ugh.
And this shield was in a million pieces. Now, is that completely devastating to me? No, because he's got 2 other shields where you can, display it that way, right? So I kind of left it for a couple of days, and it was mangled. It was in about, I don't know, at least it was 2 big pieces and then a couple of little ones, right? And I'm just like, whatever. I just won't use that. If I ever sell it, let them know, hey, you only got 3 shields to work with, the one on the back and the one on the right hand, right? So I don't know. I came across Eric's video, and we was talking about repairing stuff, and I'm like, okay, damn, maybe I can get this. I could send it to this guy, and he can repair it, right? So I email him, and then we start going back and forth. And I always knew he was local to me because New Yorkers can tell each other just by the way we talk, right? So I'm like, he's definitely close. So yeah, we go back and forth. I'm in Jersey. Okay, where you at? I'm in South Jersey. Okay, you're only about an hour or so away from me. We start going back and forth. Hey, are you from Jersey? No, I'm from Staten Island. Say what? I'm from Staten Island. What? And then that was it. I think maybe a week later, I dropped it off at his house. We hung out. And then maybe eventually when he was done with it, he came down to my house for the first time. And that was it. So look, I broke a statue and
made a friend.
Got a friend.
So,
but that was the only thing I ever really just destroyed. Like that I did. It was my fault. That was it. Well, it was LBS's fault for having crappy mag.
You remember what you remember what happened with my Spider-Man when it fell over and shattered?
Yeah,
that was
all on me.
So quick story. So I had a bunch of statues at my brother's house. I was moving out of my old house and I was moving in this new house. My brother's house was really close to my old house. So I moved a bunch of statues over there and I had them set up. And one of them was the Court of the Dead, the mermaid, the original one. So it's got the big tail that she's standing on, real big base. You got the water about, waist high. She's about 4 pieces. So she comes apart at the waist. She's got the big mermaid tail on the base. Her head comes off and both arms, right? So she's set up, and I had a buddy over there helping me, and he's pulling about to pull the statue off the shelf. Now this isn't a breakage; this was a lucky thing. He's pulling the statue off, and I tell him, be careful, be careful with these. And he sits there and he goes, "Oh, well, like I'm going to drop them," kind of being sarcastic, moving it around, and it just comes apart, like in all the different pieces. And he's catching them like in his arm and under like by his stomach, like he's catching all the pieces. Like maybe one piece fell on the ground, but it was carpet and nothing broke. But it was just one of those situations where it's like, he's like, I didn't know. I thought it was all one piece. I'm like, no, dude, these all come apart. Like you need to be careful. They're expensive. And that's one of my all-time favorites too. So the fact that nothing happened on that one was just a miracle. I've had little bumps where like my cat was rubbing his face up against my Redstonia and bumped off the arm, and it broke off the top of the axe, which was an easy repair. Yeah. Little things like that. And Billy, by the way, so you don't feel so bad about your Grundy. Mm-hmm. I did get you a replacement. I was going to bring this out to you out in Kansas, but I just couldn't quite fit it. So I'm going to show you now, but you will be getting this in October. I know it's
and you son of a
yeah, it's just as good as the quarter scale.
Just as good.
Look at that. It's kind of
it's almost identical to the pose.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Thank
you.
I
thought I saw that. I thought it was kind of funny. No, I meant to bring that. I was going to surprise you with it, and I
got a perfect spot for that thing too.
All right, cool. Well, I'll bring it out when I see you for New York.
Thank you, sir.
That's awesome. Well, good topic there. I think that was really, just it's interesting to hear people's different takes, because sometimes breaks bother you, and like you said, Billy, at the beginning, like if it's from the company, like ask for a replacement, or whatever. But I think especially if it's your own fault or if it's a secondary, buy, you just have to either.
Do you guys feel this way? I got a quick question for you guys. So, like you said, hey, if it's from the company, I could just send it back. Like, I don't know. I kind of feel like if it's a minor little thing, I kind of feel bad trying to send it back and just being that nitpicking kind of guy that just, oh yeah, like, way at the bottom in the back where you can't see, like, the littlest thing broke off.
Wherever your threshold is, if it is
Right.
something that's very small and on the back, I could care less.
Well, and sometimes they'll, even if it's a little tiny thing, they'll say, "Hey, we'll give you $25 back," or something. They'll give you like a little.
Fine. Yeah,
that's fine.
I just don't want to be that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Ghost Rider that I unboxed, one of the spikes on the shoulder was broken off.
It's
fine. I'll throw a little glue on it and stick it in. It's fine. No big deal.
That's it. I just, it'll come back.
I think one of the bigger breaks that I haven't encountered yet that might influence me another direction is something like a Ghost Rider that has a really big light up feature. When that light up feature breaks, I'm not going to be happy about that.
Right.
And that's
inevitable.
It is inevitable. I just hope it's not anytime soon.
Please don't say that.
But I bought that. Yeah. Knock on wood.
No,
but I bought that knowing that it's all perfect. If I bought it knowing that there was a light up feature that wasn't going to work, that's a different story. I bought it knowing how it's going to be. It's going to break eventually, and I'm going to feel a certain way about it because that statue, in particular, that one, is very different without the light up on.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the things that, even though somebody had a really good idea about the tactical throne, if the screens ever go out, and the screens have a little post in the back that has a magnet, right? And it goes into the pillar, like the stand type thing, right? And it's like, hey, if they go out, you can always go on Amazon and just buy yourself a 6-inch LED screen that takes a SIM card and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And just, if I'm lucky enough to have it, Eric, and get a post with a magnet, Eric can do that and just, put that in there and just have your own replacement screen. So it won't be, perfect, but, it'll be representable. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure like Eric would be able to, because the post is the same, it's just a screen. You're taking that off, and I'm sure he can remove the magnet in the back and put it onto an LED screen and fit it and get it on there. So I did feel a little bit better that at least there was something of an idea of what could be done. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I honestly never knew how customizable those screens were, by the way, until this past weekend.
Until somebody told you what we told you what can be watched on.
Yeah.
Well, Chris was showing. Yeah. Well, Chris was showing me just all all of the different. There's like an SD card you can put in there. There's there's a USB. Like there's all kinds of different stuff you can do. You can change the color of these things. You
can do all kind of stuff on it.
My mind was going crazy with you can take all these. There's a lot of, the Arkham games. You have the Joker, and he would come up on the screen talking and, saying all a bunch of stuff. You could put that on those screens. Like, you could do so much with those.
You could put Rogues Gallery
really
Live
cool.
on there.
You could. Yeah. Really cool concept.
So somebody in the chat asked, did we ever have a break and the company refused to send a replacement? The only time I ever had that was when they actually didn't have a replacement.
That was
it.
Especially if you wait too long.
If you wait too long, yeah. So they just didn't have a replacement. So at that point, they usually say, well, you can return it or we can throw you a little compensation. And that's that. So I ended up just, fixing it. And to best, I don't even have the statue anymore. But when I moved on from the statue, I did disclose that, hey, this was broken. I repaired it. You really can't tell. If I didn't tell you, you may never have known. But I'm telling you. And this is why, it's broken. They didn't have any more replacements. I think it was the Sideshow Cyclops premium format. The little visor, the beam broken. They didn't have anymore, And I used that head sometimes, and sometimes I didn't. So it really wasn't a killer. There were 2 portraits. So they didn't have anymore. And I think they might have credited me like $50 or something like that. Whatever, it wasn't a game changer for me. So, but that was the only time. And, I never had anything where you had to like destroy the rest of the statue or anything like that. I know Eric did, but
I did too.
For the most part, I've been lucky. I will say that. And then statue companies, for the most part, my experience, always really accommodating and do try their best to help you out.
I had a situation with Prime 1 once. I bought the Salon statue, and
Yeah.
She came with a scratch, like right up around, like over by her collarbone, kind of.
Do you mean your soon to be replaced Slong?
My soon to be, yeah, exactly. My soon to be replaced, yeah, exactly.
Wait, will you replace that one when the new one comes?
Most likely.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. Undecided.
I predict you will.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's so good. Well, I mean, I think what Billy's saying is, will I replace her, or will I just get another version and have two versions of her? But when she came, she had a scratch, right up over by her collarbone. So I took a picture and contacted Prime One support, and I think I've told the story before, but this is why I like Prime One support. They were very accommodating. So essentially, what happened was they said back, send me a video of you, trying to clean it. So I did. I did everything they asked me to do. Said, yeah, it's definitely a scratch. What can we do? And that was something that I just couldn't live without. It was big enough to where it was like, yeah, this is just going to be an eyesore. So they sent back and said, okay, well, I need video proof of you destroying it, and then we'll send you out another one. And but they said also, if we replace it, they're made to be fit with that particular set of that statue. So they said, we could send you one out, but the new torso may not fit. And that statue has the head keys in and her body, everything from her torso and her arms is all part of this one piece. Right. So, well, actually, so it's keys in at her waist. I shouldn't just say body. So they said there's a risk that we may send it out and it may not fit properly. So I said, well, I'm not destroying this piece just to get something that's not going to fit. And then I'm not going to have a statue that I can even display. So I worked out a deal with them where, I just said, okay, well, I'll pay extra if you're okay with just sending me out that one specific piece. And then I'll just have them both, So, and they were accommodating. They did it, it cost me more money, but at least I got what I needed. And I have an additional now, pretty much entire torso and arms if I ever damaged something again, I needed to put that one on. So, yeah, but they were very accommodating in that regard.
Nice.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Real quick before we get started in photos. So we have 90 people right now, and I mentioned this earlier in the show, but we're gonna do something a little bit different. Okay, so I showed you this. Again, we're going to do a raffle tonight.
I love that thing, by the way.
So
it's so good.
I want more people to have a chance. So here's what we're going to do. This was given to me for my birthday. It's one of two, but this is the only one of one that's signed by myself and the Rogues, Tales of Chris the Batman statue collector. And so what I'm going to do is we're going to do anybody that wants to be in the raffle, $5 super chat. Okay, that'll get more people in if anybody's interested. Okay, so now until the end of the show. So if you do a $5 super chat, I'm going to write your name down. You can do it more than once. So if you do a $20 super chat, that would be 4 entries, if that makes sense. Yes, and so if anybody would like,
are we eligible? How funny would it be?
It would be. I was going to say yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you want to win, but it's signed by me, Bryan, Billy, and Eric. And again, I can't thank them enough. I have my copy right here.
I just wish that
unsigned copy right there.
I feel like we had a missed opportunity where you should have been wearing shorts on that cover.
Yeah. Well, I got them on right. I got them on right now, so at least that matters. But it's all right. I do wear jeans all winter long, so that's okay. You get the summer version of me right now. But yeah, if anybody would like to enter the raffle for this, I will take care of shipping. But $5 super chats. If anybody is interested, I will write your names down as we go. If we're looking at photos, would you guys write the names down for me because I will not be able to see them? Okay.
Bryan, do you want?
Sure thing.
I
got you.
Writing materials by me.
Okay.
I got you.
All right. So anyway, I do want to show you this as we start doing. There's one right there. We got $5. Let me start writing names down. Thanks for kicking us off, Justin. Longtime member, viewer of this channel. Thank you very much, Justin. Appreciate it. And he's the one, remember, with the devilish grin. We got to watch out for him.
Yeah.
So you got to watch out for him. But anyway, thank you very much for the super chat. So if he's the only one that does super chats, Justin's going to win tonight. So we'll see how it goes.
It's almost like he did that to keep it out of me and Billy's hands too.
He sure did. He's
It's a really cool book. I mean, did you show a little bit more of the inside at all?
It actually is really fun.
I'll show it here in just a second. I did want to show this real quick. This was posted today, a virtual double. Let me see if I can.
The first thing is,
I don't know how to turn off the volume.
I don't think you can on those. Can you?
Maybe. I think when it goes big. Anyway.
Okay.
So will it play? Is it playing on your end?
It's playing.
Okay. So this is the new Queen Studios Hulk. Did you guys see this today?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's
product.
Nuts. It's nuts. It's huge.
It's massive. Do you think it turned out? Some people thought the colors were a little bit more muted than they thought it was going to be.
I thought it looked great.
I think it looks
fine.
good.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think the likeness is good.
I'm still not sure about having a fully silicone piece though.
I thought the same thing, but Chris, this is the one that goes with your Mark 7.
It would go very well with that.
Yeah, this is from Avengers 1. I mean, seeing it next to a human and him playing around with it look like right there. You see how big this thing is.
It's massive. I mean, he might be a small guy, but it doesn't matter. It's still big.
Oh, it's big, but
and it is articulated.
Yeah, it is articulated.
At least the arms are.
He's playing with the toes. Look at that.
Oh yeah, creepy.
He even opens the mouth at one point, kind of just moves the chin.
Again, though, man, I mean, we're like, with a Batman with a silicone face, we're like, man, this thing, how long is it gonna last? I would be worried about a completely silicone piece.
Yeah.
And once I moved those arms to where I wanted it, I would never move it again.
That's the thing is, like, I always, when we were kids and they had like the metal pieces would come out of those things, those rubber silicones,
the bendies.
Yeah, because you played with them too much, and like this one would be like you pose it once and never touch it again.
Yeah,
you got to think about your environment too.
The pose was cool out of the box. Like, why they put that in there? I don't know, but I would.
You got to think about your environment too. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, does a more humid environment versus a dry environment, does that help age this? Is that going to mess with it more? I don't know. I don't know the logistics of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would certainly think a dry environment would help.
It looks great. It absolutely looks great.
It does. It looks
there
really
we go.
Good.
It looks really good. They knocked this one out the park. I don't know about the price, but then again, it's fully silicone, so that's what they're going to say to.
Well, how long we've been waiting for this? Like 3 years?
Something like that. It's been a while where people were questioning where this thing was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad they finally put out something because
it says it's in stock and ready to ship though at Queen Studios.
Do you remember how much it was?
It's like damn near $5,000, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, it looks like $5,000.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all silicone. Yeah. The sculpt is great though. Paint looks
crazy.
Definitely looks great.
Yeah, and there you can see him kind of moving the head. But yeah, like it doesn't really need to be posed.
Well, and also, how much can you actually pose it? How much can you pose it to where it's actually worth all of this instead of just being a polystone piece?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like even the arms, it's not like they go up and down. They literally just bend back and forth like that, so
I don't know.
That's a great piece though.
It's a crazy piece.
Yeah, I love it.
Crazy piece. Desert Man, I'm stuck right now between buying Prime 1 Black Canary or LBS Magneto. Well, there you go. Those are good. Two good choices. I would go with LBS Magneto.
Oh, you got another super chat.
Same.
Oh, we got 20. Is it? Let's see. So how many? What's 20? Is that 20 euro? I don't know how many entries would that be.
It's 20 euro. That might be $25.
Somebody get out the converter.
Let's see. Let me.
That might be 25 US.
That is euro, right?
That's euro.
All right, so that's about $22.
Hmm.
So we'll do. That'd be what 4 entries? 4 entries. Okay, so that's Daniel Creek, and I'll do that 4 times. If you are an international winner, I might need to do. Oh, it's British pounds. British pounds. Let's see.
How different is that from euro?
Well, that makes a difference. pounds, it's 26.54. So that would be one more entry.
There you go.
There you go.
So if you are an international winner, I might need a little help with shipping, depending on how much it will. I can't imagine it being very much. But anyway, thank you very much. So we've got Daniel's got 5 entries and Justin's got 1 entry. So thank you very much. Appreciate you guys doing super chat.
By the way, our good friend Battle Cat has that Hulk on order. He's had it on order since day 1.
Nice.
He just texted me. Can't wait for it.
Nice.
That's fantastic. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
awesome.
So if they have them like shipping, it said, I mean, unless I read that post wrong, he's ready to ship. He should be on the way soon.
Yeah, he'll be getting them soon. So Battle Cat, if you're watching right now, if you're not, I'll text you. But I'd love to see some pictures or some video, whatever you got.
Yeah, absolutely. That thing looks great.
It's awesome.
And congratulations to you. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, very much so. We'll look at photos again. So this is what we're raffling off tonight, a one-of-a-kind Batman Statue Collector comic book. Again, you want to see the inside. There I'm running away with my Batman figures. Eric said the whole point of this is to show like how indecisive I am about my collection. It's just so funny. But it's specific to the Batman Statue Collector, and Joker is terrorizing me. It's hilarious. Look at that action.
Bryan, check your messenger.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you very much again for the super chats tonight, guys. Thank you. All right, so let's look at photos.
Let's do it.
All right, can you guys see this alien on screen?
I do.
All right. So, we had the live reaction show Thursday night, had a little bit of time to digest. We also got a price point on this guy. Any thoughts at this point? Obviously, again, with express shipping, we found out it was over $3,200 just for shipping.
Something crazy like that. Yeah.
That's for express. Yeah. The other one was what, $1,300 for economy?
Mm-hmm. Which I think is doable, considering it's maybe four or 5 boxes. But you got to really love aliens for this one.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I have never watched an aliens movie, so I don't.
Wait, what?
Any of them?
Wait a minute.
Can I finish my story?
No, you may not, because we're so shocked by your comment here.
Okay, I have never ever watched an aliens movie. Okay, and obviously I know the characters, and I know Sigourney Weaver's in the movies and all that kind of stuff. I know it's a James Cameron thing, and you guys know I'm a big Terminator guy, but I don't know, for some reason it just never did. I did see Alien versus Predator. I saw that movie. I definitely enjoyed that, but yeah, I have never watched an aliens movie at all. So I don't know where this scene comes from, what it's about, but I felt out of the loop when you guys talk about it, and you're like, oh yeah, this is when she was dropping eggs and this and that and all that stuff. So I did go out to Walmart and I picked this up. So over the weekend, I will be boning up on my alien knowledge. So I will run through this and let you guys know what I thought about it. But yeah, so there you go.
Well, that's
great. Say something now, brother.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm glad you're doing it, man. You will not be disappointed. So you have, how many movies are in there?
This has.
Let me take back that comment. You will be disappointed in quite a few of them.
You will be. Yeah, yeah.
And really?
They're not all great.
Okay.
Aliens, which is the second film.
This has got 6.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's Aliens, Alien 3,
Resurrection,
Resurrection,
Alien versus Predator.
No, what is this? Prometheus.
Oh, it goes into Prometheus and then Covenant.
And then Covenant, yeah. And I think Romulus is on Hulu, which I have, so I can watch that there, right?
So I'll give you my favorites in order.
Wait, hold on. So I'm hearing that Romulus though is somewhere in between, like in the mix of these things, right?
It's between part 1 and part 2.
Okay, so should I watch it that way, or should I just bang these out and then watch Romulus?
bang them out, and then watch Romulans.
Okay, cool. Right.
I would say, you know what? I'm not going to influence you at all. Watch them, and then let's talk about
it. Not
it.
asking for your influence. I'm asking for your help and your advice. As a
no. I was going to give you my favorites.
Oh, no. I don't want to, because if you don't like it,
I don't want to do that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to do that. I don't want to influence your watching.
So let me see.
You watch them,
and if it sucks, I'd be like, "Hey, was this one of the ones that you didn't think were really good?" And then we could.
Like, yeah. Let's talk afterward. But
one
of the movies, one of the movies in there though is like one of my top all-time favorite movies.
Okay, cool. All right.
But we all have to agree, Aliens is the best one.
I mean, I don't want to influence Billy's watching experience.
Can you not like influence me? Because then I'll be like, wow, my expectations for this one will be sky high.
I'm gonna get a message going, man, that movie sucked. But I guarantee you won't say that.
Does that also are these also the director's cuts or theatrical?
I'll let you know. It doesn't say. I mean, I saw this and it looked like it had all of them in there, and it was on sale, so I picked it up.
All right. You're gonna have a good time, man. I'm excited.
He's gonna love this so much that he's gonna buy the statue.
Brian's
don't put it.
Brian's a Prometheus guy. I can tell.
How much was this thing? This was like 8,000.
8,400.
8,600.
8,600. So that's about
3,200 shipping.
That's a couple of Batman statues, maybe an LBS here or there.
Couple.
I could pull it off. If I move Tactical Throne, it could go right there in the middle of the room.
I'll tell you what. If you do that, yeah, I don't know what to say. I would have to fly out there the day she arrives.
Come and open it for me. Yeah.
Well, it'd take you 7 hours to put it together.
I'm gonna need the help. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an awesome piece. There's no doubt.
Was there like a shipping window on this thing? They're only making 40 of them, right?
40.
Only making 40.
Was there a shipping window?
It might have said on the Prime One side. I didn't look.
It's already up for pre-O, right?
I'll look right now.
Northern Lad says Alien is horror, Aliens is action. Both amazing.
Expected to ship November 2027 to February 2028.
Wow.
So
a little bit of a time.
Out.
Critical Mass says, Billy, you need to watch Alien.
Yeah.
Or your cool card is revoked.
I'm doing it, and nobody asked. No one said, "Hey, you have to see." I felt bad that I've never seen them. So I know when I have an issue and I need to fix it. So there you are.
There you go.
You're taking the initiative.
That's right.
The first step to fixing a problem is to acknowledge that one exists.
But anyway, cool piece.
Yeah, definitely cool, man.
Definitely expensive.
Big congratulations to whoever's picking this thing up.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I get it in a heartbeat.
Watch this thing drop, and people pay this absorbent price, and then somebody's going to 3D print one that looks exactly the same way.
Could be.
Or Sideshow comes out with a different version.
Yeah, this is the Euphoria Sydney Sweeney version of Supergirl. Or
a little bit.
Yeah,
little bit.
See that? Sure.
This one we also saw at the Next Level Showcase. Little bit of buzz. People liked her, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how people are going to really gravitate toward this one or not. It's a quarter scale, which is nice.
Yeah.
But the sculpt was really beautiful.
I like it. I like the skirt flow. The hair.
I like the costume.
Yeah. Beautiful portrait.
Now that's an interesting comment. Big Bad Toy Store has 10 of them, $10,000 shipped for that Queen Alien.
Huh.
So that's really good price, though.
That is pretty good. Well, they also charge you sales tax, and there's also a tariff.
Well, there you go.
So there you go.
Everybody says that they see the Sydney Sweeney resemblance.
Yeah. It's the first thing I thought when I saw this the other day.
Yeah.
Didn't people also say that about the Morgan, the Supercraft Morgan?
I really see it in this one though. Yeah.
I think any one that's a little chest heavy, I think people automatically go there.
You see, I wasn't even looking there, but I was
sure.
I was just talking about her face. But now since you mentioned it, so it looks great. I absolutely love this one. I'm not a Supergirl fan, but
is that close enough for you, Billy?
I see it now. Yeah.
All right, now I see it. All right.
I see the resemblance. Oh, speaking of
Both of those look
chest
like
resemblance.
Oh, yeah, chest heavy.
Oh my god, this was a chest heavy show.
It was.
Yeah, he's got Morgan, or not Morgan, Slán also.
So I know
this
he's
one,
watching. So, and we all know he's all about the ladies. So, Critical Mass, are you in on this? Because this looks right up your alley, bro.
I'll bet you he's in on this.
He's got two succubuses, like
do you know
regular and variant, right?
Do you notice that this is called Temptation?
So
I did.
That's accurate.
It definitely worked with our boy Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
So over the course of the weekend, he was like, "I'm at 75%. I'm at 80%." Then the next day he goes, "I'm at 85%." Did you ever get like in the 90s, or was it just like I'm in?
Yeah, I commented on one of Chris's posts, 95%.
Guess where I'm at?
You're at 100%, aren't you?
I'm at 86%.
86. So you're behind me, but you're the one talking more about it.
I am. I just love it. I love the piece.
What would you do with this? Like, where would it go? It is amazing, but where would it go?
You'd find spot. You were talking about a pedestal over in that corner that doesn't even get shown on video, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You could totally put her there. Put the actual artwork.
I still feel like she still fits in with Batman to me because of the bats. And yes, she is, just a completely oddball character for my collection, but I love this. I mean, look at that.
You've already stepped out of your comfort zone. You've already done that with Spider-Man and Iron Man.
I mean, what could those blood pieces be made out of? That it'll
be a thick plastic.
Yeah, which is fine. But I mean, yeah, it looks amazing.
I would much rather be that than resin.
That's totally fine. Yeah.
I mean, everybody's worried about that, but I don't really feel like.
Nah, they'll do something where it's
There's only one part of the statue that I don't love, and you can see on her leg where the blood keys into her leg.
Oh,
and there's a pretty good key, and we could see that right.
I mean, well, this is
here as well.
Right?
You can see the key. Yeah. That's the only part that kind of bothers me is it kind of is right there at the front.
Yeah.
But overall, this piece is just beautifully sculpted. I love the just the flow of it. It's a pretty low profile base, which is nice.
Base is cool
it's
too,
a big
though.
piece
Yeah.
though.
Yeah. Was this this was quarter, right?
This is third scale.
This is
That's
1/3. Yeah. I wish it was quarter.
Yeah, but you're gonna get it anyway, so
I know I will.
yeah, it's badass. I like it.
I mean, you guys knew, I ordered the throne like twice.
Yeah, that was weird.
Oh, did you?
And
It still never made it into the house.
yeah, I never made it in the house. I canceled it twice. I lost the deposit twice. I like this one better than the throne. And I think the throne's phenomenal.
I'm looking at the throne right now. It's so hard to beat that one.
For me, if I did put this in the collection, I feel like this would be a better fit. But I don't know.
And Brian, you got the Red Sonja throne on order, right?
I do.
Yeah, that one's gonna look great next to Vampirilla on throne.
Stanley 299 said, "Get it, Chris."
I could put her right in the middle too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. With her height, it'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Ah, boy.
I love it. I'm really drawn to this one.
See, I'm getting the Megan Fox, Jennifer's Body vibe from this one.
Mm-hmm.
I like the two portraits too.
Yeah.
But this is one where I would swap regularly.
Do you like one better than the other? I like this one better.
I like that one better too.
Yeah.
But this one, people have pointed out, this one looks a lot like the throne portrait.
Yeah, it does. They're both art germ, right?
They're both art germ. I feel like this one specifically, it looks just very similar to the throne.
Yeah,
portrait.
It does.
But anyway, it'll be interesting to see the price point on her.
Yeah, I can't wait till this goes up and see who's really in on it.
Look, I mean, regardless, you put a deposit down.
Yeah, I saw your comment the other day. I'm like, that's probably a good idea. Maybe that's what I should do. If I lose the deposit, I lose the deposit.
Which you're used to doing anyway. So.
I try not to.
I'll be putting up a deposit down.
But beautiful piece. And this is the other one he's getting.
Speaking of beautiful pieces.
Mm-hmm.
This is Bryan's new Slion.
That's my new Salon.
Mm-hmm.
Quite provocative, that one, too.
Here's what it looks like in the gallery.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's probably Prime 1's, I'd say, probably most provocative to date.
Yeah, I would say so.
I mean, yeah, not leaving much to the imagination. But cool base. Again, it's got that same kind of blood flow that Vampirella has.
Yeah, I like the blood coming up from the bottom on that one. Very much like Vampirella.
It's a really cool piece.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, great piece.
Yeah, I'll be getting it. That one's coming home. I just got to figure out, to Billy's point, do I keep them both or do I let my old one go? Because the old one is really, really good.
Only so much room.
Yeah, man, that's the thing. Only got so much room.
Yeah. But I have a hard time letting stuff go.
Me too.
Let it go. Let it go.
No, don't do that to me.
I know. We got Batman who frags here. This was one of the 2 DC pieces we saw with Supergirl, which we showed earlier. And this is the Lobo. And I thought this one was really cool. I like this one. It had some really cool swap outs.
Yeah, the Batman mask was cool.
I don't know. Again, I don't know how many people are going to, be interested in this one, especially since Prime 1's already done a big 3rd scale of him. But still a cool piece.
This is cool.
Think of this one right here.
Yeah,
I love it.
This is my favorite of the show.
Did you guys? Which one of you said you hadn't seen this movie yet?
Chris.
No, I saw it. It was Eric that hadn't seen it.
Oh, was it Eric? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to get on that, man. Wow, that's a cool side profile. I don't know that I saw that one before.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
I think that's like the money shot right there, Yeah,
that's cool.
This one I feel like you need on a turntable though, because there's so many good angles. I mean, obviously that's iconic right there. Where the big chase scene. Would you imagine that thing following you?
Imagine putting that like in like a fish tank or something.
That would be. There you go. That'd be cool.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Little dude in the machine gun.
That was such a cool scene out of that movie. It's just what a great concept to the first statue.
But yeah, just really fun.
Yeah, I love that.
Very creative. This one, I think this one will do well for them.
They got a second movie coming out too.
Oh, do they?
When's it coming out? Next year? This year?
I thought it was coming out later this year, but I might be wrong.
Is it a sequel?
Yeah, I think it's either 1 year before or 1 year after the last one. I think.
Okay. All right.
Don't quote me. I have to look it up.
That's awesome. This was another piece that was shown, or a trio of pieces, or not trio, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.
In there, dude.
Yeah. Power Rangers. So people were really excited about this announcement.
Did they say what size these things would be?
I don't remember. Maybe somebody in the chat would know.
Yeah.
This was another piece that they showed in their gallery.
Who that?
Yeah,
Is this from God of War?
The new Godzilla movie's coming out in November.
Oh wow!
Nice.
Does this have a title?
It's set in 1949. Yeah, it's Godzilla -0.
-0.
Last one was Godzilla -1. So a year after the last one.
Must be. That's awesome. Blackbird Tech says 1/4. I'm assuming they're talking about the Power Rangers.
Damn, that's going to be pretty big.
Yeah, that's a pretty big diorama.
Yeah, it's nice.
For all 5 of them, yeah.
That would be great.
Wasn't there a green one?
Yeah, everybody wanted a green one, but they didn't show the green one. This is that crazy Devastator piece.
It's massive.
Again, another dining room table.
That is crazy. Now, if you're in on this, that would indicate that you have other Transformer pieces, a Prime, a Megatron, whatever. I mean, where do you put this? Because it's not like there's any small Transformer pieces. They're all pretty large.
You have to have a room
this
like
thing
mine.
Is just massive.
But this one, to be in scale with the other ones, would have to be way much bigger, right? Because wasn't Devastator massive?
They're not 1/4 or 1/3 or anything.
No, but if you wanted him to match, if you wanted this one to match with the other ones, it would have to be like the size of a bedroom practically. If I'm not mistaken, I remember Devastator being just huge because he's a bunch of other.
He's a bunch of he comes out of the ground. He was all over the place, and he was big.
Yeah.
Yeah. They would be like a size of a GI Joe figure, like a
yeah,
person.
Yeah. Nothing, not to take away from it or anything, but if you're trying to go for consistency,
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling Jeff Delaney is going to buy 3 of these. Definitely a sanctuary piece. Want to give a shout out to him tonight. He is his son's coming back from college, so hopefully they're having a great time this evening.
Enjoy.
But yeah, this thing is nuts. And there's a video too that they put out of the gallery, and that it has that swap out head, and that swap out head is just massive, just as a proximity piece. Like it has its own like little base. It's just crazy, absolutely crazy piece.
I mean, wherever you open this up and set it up, that's where it's staying. Like you have to set it up where you're gonna put it.
Did you notice the
two little
heavy this is?
You see two little balls at the bottom?
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
Yeah, this thing is great.
But man, what a great piece! Yeah, this is just insane. Moving along to J&D. Just did a video on this one today. This is the J&D 3rd scale Supergirl.
The Battle of the Supergirls. This is like Supergirl weekend.
It sure is.
Statues were great. Movie was meh.
Basically they did come out and talk about a lot of people are saying, hey, it's just exactly like the Prime 1. And J&D actually responded and said, they are similar, but they are based directly off of the artwork of Art Germ Lau. And even Art Germ Lau commented on the piece and said they're a fan of J&D's work and has seen some of the pieces at a convention. And so J&D, of course, shared some of those comments in social media today. But I think it looks great. I think this one will be popular among Supergirl collectors. I don't know how many pieces they'll sell of her.
And was this 1/3?
1/3.
Wasn't the Alex Ross Superman 1/4?
Yes. So they did address that also, and they said that they wanted this one to be more of their ultra realistic, and so that's why they did it 1/3. Whereas the other pieces like the Alex Ross and stuff like that will be 1/4 and in resin and not silicone. But this one is silicone.
Gotcha. It's definitely different from their other 1/3 pieces. Obviously, the other ones are movie pieces, but no black base. But it's nice to see them trying something different. So
yeah, and they've been doing like Guts and some of the other video game pieces and stuff. So they're really, you can tell they're trying to branch out a little bit.
Is this rooted hair or is this going to be sculpted?
Yeah, what's the before and after? What are we looking at?
Okay, so we're looking at the eye placement, and it's funny because to me the eye placement looks almost identical. The only thing I could
because it is.
Yeah, it looks like
I don't see any difference.
The only thing I can tell is maybe a little bit of the iris is tilted down just a bit. I think they just photoshopped it. They did come out and say that they'd already done all the photos and all the promo videos and things, but they will position her eyes slightly different in the final product.
Do I need to do a Photoshop overlay to see if there's any difference here? Because I don't see a difference here.
All I can see is on the left iris, it's a little bit lower on this one. I feel like this is the one that's supposed to be after, but to me they're pretty much identical. I don't see really any difference.
And you're talking about night and later that night.
Yeah, I'm looking at it's almost like those little games at like a bar, find the difference in the picture.
Mm-hmm. And we're not the only one. Everybody in Facebook's like, they're identical, but I don't know. I just thought that was kind of funny. So anyway, now this was teased by Jay at LBS, and I don't know if this is a photo of an actual statue. I don't know if it's just a concept. I don't know anything, but obviously he is teasing a red skull, and I thought that was really neat. Now, Billy, you're our LBS guy in the group through and through. Would you be interested in a red skull?
If I had space for him, probably, but I don't think I would give up a spot that I have for him because my Captain America. I mean, I'm guessing that people would get this to display with their Captain America, where my Captain America is displayed with the other Avengers. So I wouldn't change that, you know.
Yeah, if you just had him by himself.
Absolutely. I would be in day one for sure. The same way I would be in on the Loki if I had Thor off to the side, you know, if you want to do Thor and Loki together, you know. But I got Thor, Cap, Iron Man, and Hulk all together, and you know, I'm not going to change that.
I do see some Hugo Weaverling
I was going to say
here.
It looks way movie-ish.
It does.
Yeah.
And obviously, knowing Jay, he'll do 5 portraits. You know, easy.
Yeah, and that's fine. Yeah, absolutely.
But I definitely see an influence there, and I think the sculpt looks great.
Guessing one with the Hydra military hat, maybe one, you know, half with his human skin and Red Skull coming through on the other one. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways that he can go with this, but it definitely looks good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
And speaking of LBS, this was the millionth Supergirl tease of the weekend.
Man, she's coming strong.
But this one, I think this one could be pretty popular. It's got the snow base, which is neat. I think that'll kind of separate this one from some of the others. And this one obviously is based on that great cover with the curl of the cape. And obviously it'll have some different poses. I like this one where her arms are up.
That's a great cover.
Yeah.
But you can kind of get some kind of just general renderings, early teasers of kind of what she might look like. Look at that portrait in the hair.
This is LBS, right?
LBS. This will be 3rd scale. So there's a lot of potential there. And then obviously one with her holding the cat too.
She's got a lot of
probably looking like Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, probably. Probably so. So we'll stay tuned. We'll have more updates on that one as we get closer. This one is from PCS. This is the half-scale Predator.
Damn.
Still no Dutch, but you're getting more Predators.
More Predator. What do you guys think of the details on this one?
I mean, it looks really good. You know, I think one of the knocks sometimes on PCS is the paint jobs, but if they can,
this looks pretty good here.
It looks pretty good. It looks pretty damn good. So I'm guessing this is Jungle Hunter, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, part 1.
Yeah, it's part 1. So, yeah, but you know what? You said no Dutch. I don't know. He might be on the way. There's 1/4 Conan's, right?
Half scale Conan's.
Right. I'm sorry, my bad. Yeah, half scale on this. So.
Light up feature on this one too.
Was there a price on this yet?
I don't think they've shown it yet.
Chat, anybody know if there's a price on this
PCS
yet?
does a good job of usually keeping their prices, you know, a little bit lower than you'd expect. I mean, what was that Conan? 2000?
I think so. They showed some size comparisons here.
Holy moly!
Yeah, that's
so
big.
Gives you an idea of how, again, it's half scale. It's insane.
It looks like a little kid cosplaying as a Predator.
It really does.
Wow.
But this could easily be a centerpiece, you know, to any collection.
Yeah, you could put this like on Halloween, like outside somebody's step, and they'll like drop some candy in his bag.
And this is the Alien half scale.
That looks awesome.
Which Alien is that? What is it? What movie is that one from? Oh, that's Alien versus Predator.
Let me refer to my DVDs here.
That's Alien versus Predator. Right. You're not gonna see that one, and you're okay. You're better off.
But 46 inches high.
Damn.
He's definitely not going to fit under my lower shelf.
Well, I mean, the actor was like 7'4" or something like that.
He's massive.
So I mean, he's bigger anyway. So yeah, half scale, you're going to get bigger than half scale.
Someone's saying $4,500.
Oof.
I can believe that though. I mean, look at this thing.
I'd rather pay double and get that Alien.
Me too.
I mean, it is awesome.
But is it $4,500 awesome?
And is it that much better than Prime 1's 1/3?
Yeah, that's hard to find too. And that one's going for around 4,000 too. Some places.
Prime 1's was, yeah.
Yeah, that was one. That was 1/3, right?
It is 1/3, but it is a little over. Well, they say it's overscaled, but he was bigger. He was a big dude.
I was going to say he's a big dude.
Yeah, he is. So, I mean,
I'm telling you, that is an awesome statue too. That Jungle Hunter, the Prime 1. If you haven't seen it in person, it's amazing.
Have you seen it in person?
I have.
Where'd you see it?
Mr. Alan Kiefer's house.
Oh, very nice.
He's got that one? Oh.
He's got an awesome Predator collection.
I heard the water effect at the bottom of the base on that one.
It's crazy. It's crazy. When we were looking at the J&D, Robert Pattinson, same kind of concept, but it's all water and it's obviously see-through. So you even have like fish in there underneath the water. There's I think there's like a frog on something. There's a scorpion on a stone. It's a crazy statue.
Wow.
That's awesome. This is from Jeff Delaney. He posted this in his Secret Sanctuary group that his Venomized Hulk is coming to the Sanctuary.
Yeah, I can't wait for this review.
Yeah, we're all taking bets in our private chat, trying to figure out how long he keeps this thing. I said he's going to sell it to me, and then I'll immediately sell it again. So the way it works, but
I think he's keeping it. I think this one he's keeping.
I think he'll keep it.
I'm the odd man out.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I kind of thought about it since we were discussing it earlier. Maybe he does keep it because I really feel like he loves LBS Hulk. And basically, he's going to get in the unvenomized Hulk, and that's very similar to LBS. You know, it's just a Hulk, purple pants, you know, so maybe to just have something different. He
also likes monsters. He likes monsters.
Maybe he keeps it venomized. Yeah.
Well, I mean, especially he's already got the LBS, so
yeah, I feel like
it would offer variety in his collection.
LBS has a special place in Jeff's heart.
Yeah, I can't imagine him getting rid of that.
Yeah, it's on the floor. He sits there. He watches TV with it. So
back to really great Predator pieces. This is another one from Prime 1, and this is 1/3 scale. So this is a big piece.
Yeah. Was I the only one that just thought this movie was okay? Like,
I wasn't into it, man.
So I haven't seen it.
I didn't even get through it. I got halfway through and kind of just lost interest. Predator movies should not be PG-13. I'm sorry.
He's there. He's like a goof, man. You know.
He also shouldn't be essentially the hero of the story.
Right.
Well, and you said this was more geared toward like teenagers, like more like kid-friendly one.
It's the way it felt. They had a little character in there. That character behind him. They're obviously gearing that towards the younger crowd.
But sculpt looks great. Regardless, sculpt looks great.
Yeah, it's a good looking statue. It's just I just didn't like the movie. But for those who did, you know, great opportunity.
Yeah, I mean the statue looks great.
Yeah, Theodore says very average Predator film.
I agree.
So,
Prey was much better, is what Theodore's saying too.
Oh man,
much better.
That was really good. That was great. Probably my favorite Predator movie behind 1 and 2.
No, John says it felt like a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Sure.
Yeah, he was like a goof. I don't know.
That's too bad.
Started strong. I was engaged for the first 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden it just was like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, it's longer than a TikTok reel. Look at this thing.
Yeah, tree beard.
This thing was very impressive. Definitely a
floor piece.
A big hit for the show.
That is a floor piece right there. I mean, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you kind of have to have this. I kind of see this. Right, you're right. Like everyone's been waiting for it, but I kind of look at this piece like the PCS life-size turtles coming out of the manhole cover. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, where do you put this? What do you do with this? But if you're a Turtles fan, you had to have that. You know what I'm saying? I know it's not a perfect piece. It had some flaws, but you have to have that. You know what I'm saying? And I know someone who has it, and he put it in the corner of the room on the floor. And it looks really cool because it looks like they're coming out of the ground, you know? But this is something I think I would put on the ground, and maybe a really low riser. So
that's the thing is
the top of it was more eye level, right?
To me, this is one that you just build your collection around. You know, it's like you could put this in the middle of your room on the floor and then create something around it with all the different quarter scale Lord of the Rings pieces, which they've done a tremendous job with all of those too. But this is a special piece.
I don't want to put this in the corner. I'm afraid, put that in the middle of the room. I'm going to knock into this thing at some point. Can you imagine?
It's scary.
It's cool though. It's really cool.
Yeah,
the Hobbits look great. Like those likenesses.
Pippin and Merry.
Yeah, those likenesses are awesome.
It's a very special piece. I hate to see what the price on this thing's going to be. You guys want to take a guess?
Well, if that alien is any consolation,
yeah.
I think it might be more than that.
You think?
I do.
I think so.
Yeah,
I do.
Think so.
I mean, when you look at this, there's a lot more statue there than the alien one.
Yeah, I think so.
That's nuts. I'm nervous about that price point for collectors.
All right, so I did see these movies, so don't dive on me. But it's been a while, okay? So where is Elijah Wood and Sean Austin? Why are they not in the tree? I don't remember.
Okay, this was the Two Towers, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it's second film, right? I think it's the second film.
So they were off doing their own thing?
They were off.
I do remember they all got kind of separated or something like that, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember too. It's been a while since I've seen them myself.
Okay. I'm not the only one here. So, what was his name?
Yeah,
Frodo.
And, Frodo and Sam were off on the journey to Mordor, I believe, at this point, and they had separated. I'm gonna lose my nerd card.
Someone said that they were in another journey. Well, yeah, we kind of figure that, but like where were they going?
But I'm trying to remember why this was happening. I mean, this was obviously the big battle. This was
come on, guys, help us out.
I haven't seen this movie since it came out. Was that 25 years ago? 20 years ago? I don't know how long.
It was forever ago.
Forever ago.
This movie came out in like 2002, and this was my least favorite of the three.
Yes, the second one, right? Yeah. The last one was The Return of the King, right?
That's the best one.
That's the best one. That I remember. Yeah. This one, I do remember kind of dozing off.
Okay, I was right. Yeah. They were on their own journey to Mordor. They were taking the ring to Mordor. But I'm trying to remember why they got separated and why this big battle was happening. This was the orcs and Saruman versus Aragorn. And I don't know.
Everybody in the chat, stay tuned for hour number 6 as we do a deep dive into the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Just joking, guys.
Yeah.
Frodo and Sam were with Gollum. There you go. The tree guys were attacking Saruman and the Two Towers.
Right. I still don't remember.
Okay.
But okay.
Yeah,
not bad.
We will move on to some other pieces here. We got the this was really cool because they actually show them kind of all together, but this is that new Ivy. Mine's coming sometime this month. I'm not sure when, from Comic Concepts, but you guys saw Bane in person, so you know how big he was.
Awesome.
The Ivy's pretty big.
Yeah. A lot bigger than I expected.
Yeah, me
Big
too.
chick. Yeah.
Kind of cool to see them all kind of together.
That looks good.
It's neat.
It's pretty cool.
And then just again, some of the close-ups on the paint details.
Seems like it took forever for this one to come out.
It sure did.
This was teased a long time ago.
Yes, this came out late.
It's great though. Love all the skeletons and everything.
So somebody asked me when I was at the house this weekend, are you seeing any pieces there that, look better in person or that you didn't have or you wish you had or whatever? I mean, most of the statues Chris has, I do have. But that Bane on Throne was impressive. And I was kind of kicking myself for not picking that up or not. I have the 3rd scale Finch Bane, but this with the chair and the bat signal in the back, every portrait is a great one. I know sometimes they give us extra portraits and we're like, I'm gonna leave that in the box. I'm never gonna use that. Every one of them, I would be putting on that statue.
That's why I had them all on display because they're all good.
Every one of them is different and every one of them is good. The hockey looking one, and then there's a traditional one. Everything about this statue is awesome, and it's a lot bigger than you would think. Are
you actively trying to find one after seeing it in person?
No, No, it's not that. But I you know, because it's probably gonna be super expensive.
I still haven't seen one ever available anywhere.
I've never seen one for sale, and I've also at this point I have no place to put it, even if I did find one. But
what was the ES on that
great.
one? Was it super limited?
It was like 100, wasn't it?
I think 100.
Yeah, it wasn't many.
All right.
And that was a piece I didn't jump on originally either.
Yep, remember that.
Here's another thrown piece that I think turned out really great.
I love this thing.
I think Dan ordered this one, if I remember correctly. I don't think he's received his yet.
The sideshow piece?
Yeah.
Nice.
But I think it turned out so good.
Did you guys see the behind the scenes special they did, or featurette that they did in Sideshow on the YouTube channel on this piece?
I think maybe.
Yeah, if you haven't, check it out. It's really cool. A lot of little neat details in there. I think it was mostly around them painting it. Can't remember exactly, but a lot of little cool details in this piece.
With all the money stuffed in the chair.
And the gun blast through the chair. And there's like some blood on it.
Well, there's money tucked in the chair too. It's all stuffed in the chair.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And then you also have the other portrait as well with the hat.
This is just a fun line.
Look how slick her costume looks. Like it's super slick black.
Yeah, it's a fun line.
A little cheeky down there.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
I hadn't noticed.
Yeah, a little cheeky.
See it now.
But yeah, it's a cute line. I really loved every piece so far.
Yeah, me too.
I think I like that portrait the best. But fun piece. I put this up because it finally waitlisted on ManBat, which I thought was a great sign.
Congratulations!
Didn't take long after it got into people's hands.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like Billy just said, congratulations to everybody that has this one.
And I think everybody has it.
I mean, once the video started coming out and all the reviews, it didn't take long to go to waitlist.
No, just a great light up feature. I was hoping to have Delaney on tonight because I know that he loves his Spock from Dark Side, but this is a half scale one from our friends over at Pure Arts.
That's a lot of Vulcan.
It's all silicone.
Looks good.
I think it looks good too.
Okay.
Some people, they weren't sure about the portrait, and a lot of people are like, well, you have to remember too that this was a young Spock. I think a lot of times in our brain we have the older films, or when he was older in the films and things like that. But this was meant to be more of the series, and I think they did a really nice job with the portrait here.
Yeah, it looks nice. Wonder if they're going to do some of the other guys too.
I would think they'd have to do Kirk at least.
Yeah.
I would think so.
I'm sure they'll have this at New York.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I need to hit up Dan and see if he would give me any info on what they're going to show there.
Yeah, they had a good booth last year.
They sure did.
This will be fun to see.
I was going to say, they always do a nice job. But this was cool.
Phasers on stun.
That's right.
What other settings did those phasers have, by the way?
I don't know can they shoot to kill? I don't know if they can in Star Trek.
They always said set your phasers to stun.
They never killed anybody, so
yeah.
Had to be G-rated on TV, I suppose. This is a little preview from Mondo. I thought this was interesting to see what they're going to do with this. A little San Diego teaser, so I'll be able to bring that to you guys.
Looks, I don't know. I mean, obviously it's turtles, but when did they wear?
Did they wear the hats when they had like the trench coats when they were trying to hide? Is that it?
Yeah, I mean, I remember Raphael had the hat and the trench coat, but that was right.
Got another super chat.
I see Lane Kramer, $5 super chat. I got my phone on over here. I keep looking down. Sorry if I keep looking down, everybody, but just trying to pay attention to the chat. That's right. So I got one more. We got Daniel Creek obviously in there, and we've got Justin Racklin and Lane Kramer so far in the raffle. Again, I'm going to hold this up. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is our raffle for our one-of-a-kind signed Rogues Gallery Batman Statue Collector comic book.
It is an awesome piece of memorabilia.
It sure is, signed by everybody on screen here, including Eric, who had to leave us earlier. But again, thanks everybody for watching right now. And if you would like to be entered into this, it's a $5 super chat. And good luck to everybody.
One of two, but only one of one that's signed.
That's right. I'm keeping the other one. This one is from Super. First of all, Lane, I forgot to read your message. It says, "Hey, happy fourth, Rogues. Happy birthday again, Chris. So with only the Superman 1/4 scale coming from Justice for Prime 1, I think it's worth getting." I'm not sure what he's asking there.
Superman quarter scale coming.
Are you talking about the Supergirl one? I'm not sure. Lane, clarify what you mean. Anyway, this one is Supergirl again from Iron Studios. I think this one looks really good.
I think this one might have been my favorite out of all of them.
It's got a really good likeness.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even thinking about it as in terms of, it is from the movie, but it's like the pose, the base, the way Crypto's off to the side like that. So
it's got a really nice flow to it, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty cool. I think Jeff saw this one. Didn't he say, "I wish it was quarter scale"?
Yep, that's always the MO for the Sanctuary. He does like the quarter scales, and you never.
This is a 1/10.
This 1/10, but you never know with Iron Studios because sometimes they'll scale it up just out of nowhere, so you just never know.
Little people statue.
You're right, Billy. I like the composition on this one, but I'm waiting to see what LBS is doing because again, that cover is phenomenal. I mean, I even bought that comic.
If they get the portraits right on that, I think it'll be a big hit for them.
Yeah.
I know they haven't had a ton of females, so it'll be interesting to see if they could get, just a really cute pose.
That's right, because everybody's waiting on the Wonder Woman still, huh?
Everybody's waiting on the Wonder Woman, and of course, they did show the Rogue. She's kind of had a little bit of a tougher face, so I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they do with Supergirl.
Yeah,
this one I thought was really good. This is the Dark Side from also from Iron Studios in 1/10, but it's very similar to the custom that a lot of people are reviewing right now.
Yeah,
that lights up, but I just think it looks really good.
They really do some good detail on those 1/10s. It's impressive. I have 2 or 3 of them. Yeah, I mean, look at that.
Yeah, and it's a bigger 1/10. It's got a little bit of size to it.
Yeah,
but I think it's cool.
Lane's saying the one that went up for pre-order back in November 2024, the Superman Justice quarter scale Alex Ross.
Oh, the Prime 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to see the others. But this one's really cool. Also 1/10 from Iron Studios. Obviously, very iconic scene here. I feel like they've done this scene before, but maybe not.
They did do one. I think it had like the kids in the car, and it had a couple of figures, but this one's actually just crushing it. I think that one was 1/6, but they definitely done this scene before.
But this looks great. I like the plants and the trees.
Yeah, looks real good.
I really like
this
gold
one. Bloom.
That's right. This one is a little bit bigger piece from them, but they've done such a really great job with the Disney stuff. But you can see it's a little bigger.
Yeah.
I don't know what scale it is, but
that's the villain of the story.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Where's my Captain Hook?
This is cool.
Look at the likeness on this.
That is actually really good.
I love this.
Now, Brian, is this something that you would pick up, or you would go out for a quarter scale?
I mean, I'd prefer a quarter scale, but if we're not going to get one, I mean, who knows what's on the horizon? But I love this. I'll probably end up pre-ordering it just to be safe.
Well, the fact that we're getting this and the Hot Toys, I would think that the likeness has been approved.
So maybe there is
for
a
licensing
on the horizon.
Yeah. So I could see somebody doing it.
I have the Hot Toys pre-ordered too, but I prefer statues.
Yeah.
Well, I like the framing of this one too, with the Naboo. It's Naboo, right?
Lake Como.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We were just talking about it this weekend.
Yeah, we were.
Also have a Scareglow. Yeah, North Scareglow from. I actually really like this one. I like the look of this one.
Did the tweeter head one went on waitlist, if I'm not mistaken?
I think so. Yeah, I think people liked it.
Went on waitlist and it didn't even have an ES.
Oh, that's right. But what they're doing here with the actual glow in the dark elements is what tweeter head should be doing too.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because that looks awesome.
Yeah, I think this cool. I think this one's better than tweeter. Like
I like this one better than the tweeter head too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like the cape.
Yep.
It just has that. It's just very dynamic looking.
Yeah,
I like it better. I mean, they're both cool, but I like the pose. And then they also had a House of Dragons piece as well. I thought was cool. Some nice detail on the dragons. Cool base.
Yeah, it's cool.
So yeah, all these are very doable. So if you're looking for something out there that's not going to necessarily break the bank, Iron Studios is a great option if you're just getting into the hobby. Here's some of the Hot Toys pieces from the Supergirl movie that have been recently on display.
God, it looks good. Looks just like
But
her.
if you think this looks good, just wait a second. Because this is Hot Toys. Okay, that's Hot Toys.
Yeah.
But this is in art.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, that looks like a damn picture.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like, look at the difference between this and the Hot Toys.
That's crazy. Yeah. Wow.
This is really well done.
Yeah. It's awesome.
I saw this earlier today. I'm like, gee, many Christmas. This is so much better than the Hot Toys.
Yeah, that is her.
Yeah, like when you see that, even that, like that looks like a photo of a real person right there.
Yeah.
What's usually the price range on the NR pieces is relative to Hot Toys?
I think they're comparable. I think they're a little bit more, maybe. Is there anybody in the chat that buys those pieces?
Another super chat.
All right, let's just see Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Oh, he did a $20 super chat. Thank you very much, Jeremy.
Coming in the 11th hour.
And let's see, Jeremy Thomas. All right, so that's 4 entries.
Now, is InArt its own company, or are they a division of somebody else?
They're a division of Queen Studios.
Yeah.
All right, that's right. Okay. Well, they're crushing this one.
All right, Jeremy Thomas, I've got your 4 entries. I got them right here. I'm going to add them to the pile. Thank you very much, guys, for the super chat tonight and this raffle that we're doing. Again, I want to thank the Rogues for making it possible. We thought it would be a lot of fun just to have somebody have that in their collection that's a fan of the show and fan of the Rogues. So again, thank you, gentlemen.
And yes, douchebag 16. We are doing a raffle. $5 to get into a drawing. If Chris wants to show the comic book again,
I will show it once again. So we are doing a raffle tonight. This is mine.
Douchebag, this is something that you want to get in on, buddy.
You do want to get on this because
You want to get in on this.
This was given to me. Attack of the Coral Square. The Tales of Chris. What? No, I'm showing him mine. I'm showing him mine.
Gotcha.
So this is the one of one that's not signed.
Yep.
And then this is the one that you would get. This is the one of one that is signed. The Tales of Chris the Batman Statue Collector. It is my own comic book that was given to me by the Rogues for my birthday, for my 50th birthday, along with a really amazing canvas. But anyway, this one is signed by me, and you got Billy up there. You got Bryan and Eric. We signed it catty corner in gold and silver.
So not even the copy that Chris has is signed.
That's right. I don't even have the signed copy. So this is a one of one for fans of Rogues Gallery Live, and it's $5 super chat entry. You could do like he just did $20, so that was Jeremy just did $20. So that means 4 entries. Again, if you're interested in having a one of one piece, you can submit this to CGC, if you want to have it up on your wall. You can, of course, get a slab stand and get it one of those deals. You can get it framed or whatever you want to do and add it to your wall. I'm debating about whether to get mine CGC'd. I think that would be really cool, and then have it hanging on the wall.
Or you could always hit up the good folks over at Red Wolf Collectibles.
Yeah, okay, Red Wolf Collectibles, right. Absolutely, one of our amazing sponsors, and you can get the really great cases that they have. That might be what I do in the meantime, just to protect it, because I don't want anything to happen to it. But yeah, again, if you're interested, again, we got a number of people that are all in the raffle right here, and so anybody that does a $5 super chat in the next couple minutes, because we're getting ready to wrap up the show. This will be coming home to you. I'm going to go grab my Batman cowl and put all the entries in it. So last call for the super chats, okay? For the raffle.
It's definitely worth more than $5.
I agree. And the crazy thing is, too, there is only one that's signed. I mean, we're not going to be in a room together for some time.
Yeah,
that's right. It did
at least till October, right?
And there's only 2 copies, and Chris is keeping the other one.
Yeah, we'd have to sign something else and give it away.
That's right. That's right. We can make it happen. We can make it a habit. And I'm going to take everybody's names. You can see I got everybody's names written right here on the deals. I'm going to put them in there like so. Shuffle them all around.
You want to give
last call?
Last call. If you want to get in now.
Oh. Somebody else just jumped in there.
There you go. Justin's got $20 in.
Wait, so he's just getting more entries, right?
He is getting more entries. So that's 4 more.
So he just upped his probability, just went right through the roof.
He sure did.
Justin's like, crap. This book, we thumbed through it a little bit. It is a cool little story. It's it's fun, and Chris's whole family was very surprised. I remember Locke's mouth was like on
I was going to say,
I could not believe
it was really fun to watch their reactions, especially even my wife. Like, she doesn't, get too shocked by any of this stuff.
Dude,
and she was just like,
I know she's not too much into the collectibles. She's not easily impressed. Her jaw hit the floor. She couldn't believe it. She was like, and she said to us, she goes, guys, that was so creative. Like, and so I felt like we impressed her. We did our job,
which is hard to do. And so that was impressive.
I was very,
you definitely got to cut some of that footage.
I was very proud of that.
Yeah, you got to cut some of that footage into the blog, like you said earlier.
I think so. I think I need to go back and add it.
Yeah,
it's fun.
For the members who have already seen that blog, we're gonna add some more stuff to it. I think because we have a lot of good stuff. That was a lot of fun.
A lot of good footage. Yeah. I wish the dinner with the chicken or the duck or whatever that was.
I don't know why that didn't.
It was not.
I don't know why it dropped the audio. That was the one I was most looking forward to, and it dropped the audio.
So you guys will see, we did a travel vlog, but one place that we went to the day before my birthday, we went to a Japanese steakhouse. And in our town, it's called Daimaru, and they every place does it a little bit differently, but like, they got a little dude that pees on and everything, and they got. I thought it was really funny, especially too. Like, it was my birthday, but they kept doing Valentine's Day stuff. Like, they made a heart out of the rice, and then they did the little arrow. I'm like, why are you doing Valentine's Day stuff? I thought that was funny. Yeah. But at one point, this little chicken. It was just very, very, very funny.
I've never seen the 4 of us. Well, no, your wife and kids too. I've never seen so many people practically crying with laughter after that stupid thing came out.
It was very, very funny. Theodore watched the vlog. Good. Like I said, absolute cinema. That's awesome.
I've actually gone online trying to find where to buy that damn thing because I took a picture of it because it was over by me, so I could. It's called the gangster chicken or the Elvis chicken or something like that. It was so funny.
It's so good.
Killing me.
Yeah. Theodore said he's absolute cinema. Yeah. You got to see drone footage. We went all out, for that. The only thing I wish we had just filmed more. Filmed, you just had the camera rolling and
we didn't get anything at Cozy's, right?
No, see, we should have we didn't do any of that. We should have done
I got some pictures. I got pictures of some of those places.
We didn't get anything
send some of that
at our numerous runs to Freddy's.
No, yeah, you had to get a Freddy's milkshake on the way out of town.
Damn, Brian, I really thought we should have got some stuff at our wonderful Airbnb.
We should have for the initial reaction, just to show exactly, what the polar opposites of Kansas City and Salina. So
well,
sleeping with
like
knives next to us.
Sounds like you guys got duped a little.
I mean, you know what? It wasn't bad. Like, it was a nice house, you know. I just think that the way it was laid out, where like the front door was downstairs and you had to go upstairs, and then there was the floor, and then you had to go do some more stairs. So it's kind of like this.
It's tri-story.
Yeah. So like, to me, like being so far away from the front door, like, listen, I was gonna barricade the front door no matter what.
Yeah.
But because you're in someone's house. I don't know.
Well, one of the reviews even
But the
said
fact that it was downstairs and I wouldn't be able to get to the front door if I had to, it kind of made me feel a little uncomfortable.
Well, the reviews even said that somebody walked in or something at one point, and I was a little nervous because
you should have told me that. That's
well, you don't want to hear that.
Down for me.
I got the door code like 2 months ago, so that means they're not changing that door code.
That's what that means.
And we walked into the front door too. You go the left through a door. There's the garage. You go directly to the front left of the stairs. There was another doorway that we opened up, and it went into this dark hallway. And we were just like, we opened that up. We were just like, no. But I wasn't going to go to sleep. I wasn't going to go to sleep without exploring it and making sure there's nobody hiding in that room.
Yeah.
Well, and of course, you guys absolutely could have stayed here, but I know you had an early flight too. So it
was a super early flight.
Yeah, super early flight. But anyway, are you guys ready for the drawing? Here we go.
He was going to get
so
this.
If you are the winner, please hit me up at thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com with your mailing address. Yep. No, I don't live in the shady part of Kansas.
No. This was elsewhere.
That was
3 hours out of town.
Yeah, that was Kansas City. I mean, we have plenty of sketchy areas in our town too, but it's pretty.
Yeah.
Compared to where we were,
I was gonna say, hopefully our house was a little nicer than the Airbnb.
No, dude, this was nowhere near Chris's house. This
night and day.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, the winner of the comic book is going to be.
We can see there's no cheating. This is completely random.
I'm going with Justin Racklin.
I'm going with Justin.
Daniel Creek.
Daniel
Creek got it. Daniel Creek.
Congratulations.
And
I'm going to do a backup just in case he doesn't contact me.
Okay. It's going to be Daniel again.
This will be a runner-up. It probably will be Dan. I know. It's probably
he's going to be in the chat. Daniel, if you're around and you want this, what you paid for
it. Was Daniel.
It was Daniel. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That's the way it always goes, isn't it?
You know what? It was meant to be.
That's the third one.
Oh, wow.
That's him again?
Him again.
Oh.
Daniel, I hope you're in the chat.
He did 5.
Oh.
All right, Justin Racklin. There we go. Justin, you're my runner-up.
All right.
Okay, you're my runner-up.
But I mean, he did 5. I'm thinking he wants it, so.
I think so. I would assume. Yeah. But again, just in case he doesn't hit me up, it'll be Justin's. Okay.
All right. So Justin's consolation.
This is rigged.
It's rigged.
It's rigged. Justin's consolation prize. We're gonna get Eric B to send him a headshot signed from Eric B.
That's right. That's right. Well, wait, I didn't show you this. This was also included.
Oh, the Crunch Berries.
So this says, I have to show you this. It says Chris Back Crunch, Batcave Bunker Edition.
Yeah.
And it says statue scale YouTube live, net weight 1/4 scale statue. And then on the back, it's even better. It's got nutrition facts, serving size, 1 YouTube video, servings, infinite reviews, calories 1939 legacy, of course, Batman, lore, daily percentage value, lore knowledge 100%, indecision 95%, Kansas pride 80%, statue detail 99%, video editing 75%, Batcave access 100%, ingredients pure polystone, Gotham grit, Kansas wheat, unboxed joy, pre-order anxiety, Dark Knight hype, 4K camera dust, and Cape fiber. So how great is that?
Yes.
I just love it.
It doesn't get it's crazy was we almost forgot to tell you that.
I was gonna say you didn't even tell me this was in there until after you guys left.
Yeah.
And it was in the package. And so I just ordered. Billy sent me a link for a little acrylic deal. I already bought it right before the show, and so I'm gonna sit it on my desk. That way I can look at both sides because it's so funny. So
very cool.
Thank you for that as well. So that's just as much fun. So Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. I want to thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. Again, I'll give a shout out to the other rogues that couldn't make the show tonight, but I hope you're all doing well. And also, just have a great 4th of July. Please don't blow off your hand.
Yeah, man. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
I was telling the guys, like, we had a really bad storm and there was trees down everywhere. And so the whole town is worried about fires because, like, there's going to be some idiots that shoot them right into the dry brush. And it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But we went out last night and bought a bunch of fireworks. So the BSC crew is ready to launch some. And I hope you guys have a great time as well. Do you have any big plans for that? Beer and fireworks? Can you shoot off fireworks where you guys are?
Oh, yeah.
You're not supposed to, but we do anyway.
Yeah.
No, they made it pretty much legal here. My wife is going to Vegas, so I'm a bachelor this weekend. So I think I'm going to have myself a pool party.
Well, you can fly back to Kansas if you want and we'll have a fireworks show. Actually, I really wish. I know with the holiday. I was going to say, I know with the holiday it would have been impossible, but like there is nothing like sitting on that back porch where you guys were, and just you could see the entire town. Like, just imagine there's fireworks everywhere. It's insane.
And lightning bugs.
And lightning bugs. That's right. Yeah, we drove last night, and I had told the family that story, and we were driving through last night, and there was all those lightning bugs out. I'm like, that was such a great experience. So
it was crazy because we just stopped. You're like, just stop right here. I'm like, right here, and I know we're
right here,
in the backyard. Stop right here. Turn the car off. Turn the lights off. I'm like, these people are gonna look out their window and see these 4 knuckleheads sitting in a car. Like, really? We're just looking for lightning bugs.
That's what we were doing.
Well, Eric kept on trying to go out and catch one too, and he said they're faster in Kansas than they are in other parts of the country.
That's right.
That's
right.
No, that was awesome.
Well, anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and have a happy 4th of July. And again, stay tuned to the channel for all of the footage from this last weekend. Again, 4th of July, I'm going to be airing the full room tour, and then all the other footage the following week. So
anyway, hopefully nobody gets tired of us because it's a lot of footage.
You will. I'm going to kind of spread it out a little bit. Yeah. That's why I didn't want to like bombard everybody this
Definitely
week.
Some good stuff though.
That's right. Yeah. Anyway, happy 4th of July. And again, if you celebrate, otherwise, if you're in the rest of the world, stay safe, collect what you love, and we'll see you in the back cave. Bye, everybody.
Take it.
Bye, everyone.